How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Super Smash Fridays here at the Scottsdale Esports Arena. My name is Lair. Joining me tonight is Ubel. How you doing tonight, brother?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Ubel, and I am excited to be here. First time seeing the Arizona scene in action live, coming at you from the SAK Gaming TV stream. And I guess we're kicking it off with the semis and into the finals of doubles before we get into the real meat of the action, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I'm inclined to agree. It's not often we get to have doubles here on our stream, but so this is exciting for the both of us. For those of you who don't know Ubel, we actually have some double tri-state representation here on mic tonight, which is great to see. Love this guy. He actually was one of the people who helped me start my career, so I owe him a lot. Really wow. Good guy, stalwart of commentary out here.
Well, I do my best, and I'm glad to see that you've taken it and run, because you've done more than anything that I could have in just your short career, which is hilarious and awesome to see.
Thank you, sir. Well, you know, we're gonna talk about each other all night tonight, but let's not
just
talk
compliments
about
all around. Positive energy.
Yeah. We're starting off strong. So, for those of you who don't know, this is Super Smash Fridays at the Scottsdale Esports Arena at the Walmart there. So that's awesome. There's a partnership there. But for our Black Friday special, they decided, hey, let's throw in a $200 pot bonus, which is kind of insane. We definitely love having companies like that support our scene. And on top of that, Esports Arena, who is generally kind of rooted in Vegas, coming out to Arizona is pretty awesome as well. So, you know, we love to see it. Thank you guys for your help and everything running this event. So we've got a super stacked bracket, as you guys can tell. We're doing doubles right now, but we're going to talk about singles just because singles is mighty stacked in its own right. So the names of the people we have in attendance tonight are as follows. Some of the bigger names that you guys will probably know. Krupp, Reflex, RDNA, Jumbo Jack, Skylar, Kyle Young, the Rob player who's coming out of pseudo retirement, Frost, Bulbasaur, Yomadafu, Rensley, Toast and Butter, Re-Rice, Sock'em 16, B1 from Utah, Jinx and Skarm and the Zek, and countless others. We have a 37-man bracket tonight, and those are just some of the front runners. We could be seeing Upset City tonight, and it's amazing because this is a hell of a stacked bracket because of just a little bit of extra money on the line. A lot of people tend to show up.
Yeah, and especially done in the Walmart. I see what you did there. Giving a little extra money while you're coinciding with the Black Friday sales.
Exactly.
That's some good business right there.
Yeah, dude, you see a nice gaming setup at the Walmart, you're just like, damn, I don't have enough money. Win some money matches.
Well, here you go right there. Get some money matches going. Get used to the competition that's thriving. I believe singles round 1 should be starting as well, but we're going to wrap up with the doubles side first, starting off with with the other side of semifinals, which Jinx and Skarm and Kyle Young and Bulbasaur played off stream, but Skylar, Rensley, and Lavi and Krupp will be kicking off the night tonight.
So, maybe. This is interesting because the Krupp brothers aren't teaming together.
How dare they?
Yeah, Rensley. I feel like they were like Rensley and Krupp were like, if we team together, it's just gonna be too much. So Rensley's pairing with Skylar, the Game & Watch, and Krupp and Lavi are playing. Who I haven't seen Lavi play, so I'm excited to see what they do. But I'm excited to say the least. Krupp is one of the most explosive players in the scene. I can't wait for you to see specifically what this man can do because, oh my god, I don't know if you've heard tell of this guy. He might be the sickest Captain Falcon I've ever seen. Even more so than Fatality. Like, it's nuts what this guy can do with the controller.
Hey, that's a high praise to say the least, and especially given the... I mean, I'm a little bit spoiled, I guess. I get a taste of a lot of characters in Tri-State action, so he's got some stiff competition, not only with Fatality, but also players like Gatsby and Nick C coming out of the New York or the Westchester and New York areas, respectively. But a sick Falcon's a sick Falcon. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, honestly, like I don't know if you've seen like the Orion rankings or those things have been going up around Twitter, but Nick C was actually one of the Falcon players listed for that. So
yeah,
pretty cool.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good at this game.
I hope you're prepared for your expectations to be shattered with what Krupp can do, because Krupp's still young. He's still kind of in the underground. He's not a well-kept secret in Arizona, but through the rest of the world, yeah, he is kind of a hidden gem amongst the cream that we have at the top of our scene here. So I'm very excited, dude. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm just really a big fan of side events when it comes to Smash Ultimate. I mean, there's so much you can do within this game. There's of course, we see doubles, and on a major scale, oftentimes we will see Squad Strike. Rarely do you see that on a weekly or monthly basis. Though it's there, and it's an incredibly hype event. Both 3v3s and 5v5s are awesome. Then you can get crazy with it. Like, you see triples be run, you see like other like unique rule set crews, of course. Draft crews can be a thing.
Crews are gonna be so sick.
Crews are awesome.
Honestly, if I can enter into a crew for that, I would love to. I want to do like a commentator crew. That'd be fun. We would get rocked. I'd probably be the best player on the commentator crew, but we'd get like rolled over. It'd be funny though.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Rise and Grind. Just having multiple events spawned up, new events as well, even if they're not series. Just having people put together, and of course, shout out to both Cact and Grayola as we get started. Double Falcon.
Yeah.
What more can you want?
So we're gonna get off that tangent real quick, but I got to tell you about the lore about the Krupp brothers. There's a ton of lore between those guys. Apparently, they got their name. The whole family got their name because Krupp won an in-house tournament that they all hosted together. So now they are the Krupp brothers. And they all the Krupp brothers. There's only 2 in attendance this evening, but they all got good by playing Ganon Dittos at home with each other. So you see Rensley awesome. Rocking the Ganon. Krupp will sometimes bring out the Ganon in bracket. And actually, going back to those Orion rankings, I will tell you that Krupp's Ganon was one of the Ganondorfs that made the cut on that list. It's not even his main, and it made the list for Orion. So his Ganon pocket is pretty stacked.
Hey, as long as you can take games with Ganon, then you can take games with any character. Ganon's one of those characters that they aren't good, like, by any stretch of the imagination, but if you're able to figure out how to play Ganon, then you're able to figure out how to play anybody. But you're also going to be able to figure out how to play around so much stuff, because these quick combos that come out from Green Team are exactly what they need to go up to a one-stock lead. Of course, on victim is now Blue Team, and oh no!
Never go off stage versus a Krupp brother Ganondorf. That's all I'm saying, dude.
The price of doubles sometimes.
Yeah. So okay, let's talk about the Game & Watch, who's been silently starting up a lot of the combos for Rensley. This is Skylar, the best Game & Watch player in the state, arguably. And oh no! Don't hang on the ledge for a regrab. Krupp will jump on those. Krupp is rocking the REI tag, just so you know that. But Krupp is one of the best edge guarding Falcons I've ever seen. He's kind of like the difference between S2J and we'll say Nun in Melee. Nun is kind of like S2J with edge guards. He's kind of like Fatality, but with really good edge guards, and he's really good at getting 2-frame counters when he's down there.
It's an important tactic and skill for all Falcon players to have, because you need to be able to finish your combos, and he has so many clean vertical finishes. As both of them going off trying to chase his Ganon. I love the presence that came out from Skylar. Skylar's presence to control neutral has been super clutch, because he has to be able to play to the strength of the team, which if you're going to have a Ganon be that bazooka, be that heavy hitter that comes out and takes stocks, you need a character that controls space and controls stage, just like Game & Watch can do.
Right, and that vertical coverage that Game & Watch can do with their up Bs, with their nairs, like with their jumps, with the up airs, they do so much to clear the air so that whenever you have Rensley on the ground, he is safe and he can get those up smashes, those F smashes. He can get strong hits on landing opponents. The one who gets them there is Skylar. So Skylar's playing support, loading up the cannon, loading up the bazooka, as you were saying, just like cocking that thing.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely blowing him back, and it's the strength of Ganon, the strength of doubles. I feel like, because you get to see how different strengths or how specific strengths can be offset by the nature of having a teammate. Because Ganon is going to have a million different weaknesses, but you can offset those by having a strong, supportive teammate, and that's exactly how Skylar has been playing, and it's been really good to see on the comparison of having both Lavi and Krupp just go full tilt forward and saying, what are you going to do about this reckless offense? Get outpaced by Game & Watch and that incredible nair. It looks like Skylar's just giving chase with it.
And those multi-hits, hitting a character like Falcon, it's a lot easier because Falcon he doesn't have much of a tumble animation, so he's kind of stanced up all the time. So yeah, he's a bigger hitbox, and he will be jumping into those multi-hits. If you have a multi-hit to throw out versus Falcon, do so, because he will be jumping into it because they need to jump into you to get their damage done.
Yeah, Game & Watch Nair is what Palatine and Nair wishes it was, and that is a statement and a half.
I don't agree with you necessarily, but I can see where you're coming from, brother.
Character cracked. The long and the short of it is that there's a lot to do with it, which is why we're seeing Lavi switch to Lucina. They're trying to pace it out a little bit, and team kills are a way to gain momentum, even if they're not intentional. You gotta roll with the punches, and that's a punch you will take, especially with an SD following it right afterwards. Blue team's in a hell of a spot right now.
Yeah, and see, this might be a little bit of in-between, tournament conditioning between Rensley and Krupp. Because did you see how scared Rensley was they were off stage? They could have upbeat at any time.
Oh, no.
But babysitting the ledge, Krupp was able to force Rensley down into the bottom blast zone so that when they did use their upbeat, they weren't close enough to the ledge. That's the fear factor that Krupp has whenever they're off stage. Because they can hit you at any given moment, and Rensley didn't want to get hit, but he, didn't pay much mind to his recovery anyway.
Yeah, and so all of a sudden this game is largely even. As long as you play your game right, then a quick combo with that up air. Death percent, it could be mighty low, but the same thing would be said for Green Team, both on the extremes. I like that up smash that came out from Krupp, trying just to cover these roll-ins, and Falcon's up smash incredibly safe. Finding the overextension, Lavi doing a great job backing up this ledge trap and saying, looking to close out on this Game & Watch. Just get some combos started.
Yeah, dude, Game & Watch is so good at that. We keep talking about
so
it. This Lucina pick, by the way, has been really good at just being a defensive stalwart on the blue team side. Because you want Krupp to run in and get his devastating combos, deal a ton of damage, But, going double Falcon, you have a little bit too much firepower and not enough defense. And Lavi rocking the Lucina in this match is making it really good. Get back to ledge safely, be safe off stage, and also just have a disjointed hitbox that make it a little bit easier to hit both opponents. And right now, Krupp is just throwing out smash attacks.
If it works, I mean, Lavi's doing a great job of backing up their teammate, and killing the Game & Watch was incredibly effective in terms of what they needed to do. Because you can handle a Ganon for majority of the time, even if some Ganon stuff does end up happening. Game & Watch can slow the pace of the game down, and that was a great placement. Just what else can you do? You have one mix-up as Ganon, and he snuffed it out hard.
And that's what I'm saying about Krupp. Krupp's down air timings in all situations are legendary, man. They're legendary. He recognized, okay, burnt jump, he's off stage for the down air. He's like, okay, what can you do? If you gotta go down fast, you're gonna down B, and then he just snuffs it out. It's amazing to watch this guy play. And he does that versus Firefoxes, he does that against Fox Illusions, he does that against Crom up B. He just recognizes where he needs to be in order to snuff that out, and he's there every time he needs to be. He's insane. He's amazing.
That's the counterpoint.
Yeah.
The bracket for today, Sysworm, I see you in chat, is going to be smash.gg/Super Smash Fridays, I believe, should be the shortcut.
Yeah. I will post it in chat just for you.
Smile. Look at us, being helpful.
Dude, I love this guy. This is Hime. He's one of the best DVDs I've ever seen. Definitely the best DVD in the state by a country mile. But he's not here tonight, so we're not going to talk about him much longer. And we're going to be talking instead about how this is a Game 3 situation. And this is semis, but it is still a best of 3. So whoever wins this is going to advance to the next round. And this is single elimination doubles. Winner of this gets to play Kyle Young and Bulbasaur in the final.
Absolutely, and I can't let it sleep on for starters, the up B out of shield punishing the get-up jab from ledge, because it looks like Skylar has swapped over to the Roy, looking to match tempo for tempo, and the footstool, Rensley making up for the difference. And it's hard to take stocks on Lucina, who can be a very safe character, regardless of situation, regardless of format.
Yeah, dude, honestly, having a footstool is just like having a spike. Every character pretty much has a spike just because they have footstools. And then, you know, you've got a full team of firepower now because those F smashes, actually smash attacks from both of these characters on the green team are going to be completely devastating. You got a little bit more mobility and combo potential with the blue team, but the red or the green team is just so devastating if you get in close range with them and they can hit you out.
Hey, same thing we said for blue team. These at 137, Ray is holding forward with reckless abandon, finally dropping his stock there off of that massive trade, but so is Skylar, and now it looks like Renza is going to be falling off their stock as well. This is a great spot for blue team, and Krupp, you know, you were calling out his crazy combos and crazy plays. What I'm seeing from this player is an opportunistic one. He looks for moments and he's like, oh, I can kill you here? I'm going to try for it. And then it works.
Yeah, I'd say Krupp has the mango effect. If there's any player who epitomizes it, other than Beast, who, you know, I'm a big fan of Beast, it's definitely Krupp. And right now, blue team with the Fanatics, I was going to say secured them a 3-stock lead, but it actually secured them the victory, going off deep for that forward air because he knew that his opponent was not going to up B in time, and Lavi and Krupp are advancing into the finals versus Kyle Young and Bulbasaur with that one. Look at this thing.
And you don't even need, like, this is an extremely calculated risk as well, because you don't even need the strong knee. Of course, you want to end it in the big bombastic fashion, but if you get a weak knee, if you get a trade with Roy's up B, even if they decide to pull the trigger early, regardless of situation, Roy is dead. You just need one of your hitboxes to connect, even if you both drop the stock.
Yeah, and on top of everything, Krupp had an extra stock too. Or even if he whiffed, it's just he and Lavi still had 1 stock each, both free stocks, like full stock, 0% on both of them. Like there was no reason to not do that. Yeah.
Lavi would be coming back to center stage and would get to just play Lucina Ledge Trapping and Lucina Advantage, which is really good. So there was just no downside to going for that. And I love when players just kind of acknowledge that situation of there's nothing wrong with me overextending to the point where I can't recover as long as I get the stock, because that, like, I'm in a lead. I'm in a position where I can use that lead as a form of offense instead of just, you know, movesets and frame data. Which, more ways to play the game.
And if you can end the game with a kill screen in this game, definitely do so. Like, you know, killing in every Smash game, like when you don't need to, is super raw. Hype. But doing it in this game, because we have a splash screen now, is just like chef's kiss. One of my favorite features that they added in this game.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. Just the production value, the polish, it's all so good, so clean.
I'm right, yeah. You want to talk about production value? SAK's got it here. So why don't you drop a follow down in the Twitch chat, because we know you want to. You want to catch more of this Arizona Smash. It's dummy hype. We got singles coming up tonight. And let's talk about the regional coming up next month. It's Ascension, baby. Let's take a look at this graphic. This will be Smash the Halls. It'll be on December 18th, which is a Saturday. We have singles and doubles and a White Elephant side event with mystery gifts, 16 players per group. And you can also steal people's gifts by playing against them in singles. So it's going to be fun. An interesting side event to get in the holiday spirit of capitalism. And, you know, nothing does that better than a little bit of Smash Bros. And White Elephant. So, yeah, join us. It's the biggest regional in the Southwest. We get people from all out of state doing it. Utah coming in. We've got, obviously, Vegas coming in. SoCal, Texas sometimes makes runs, as well as your favorites here in Arizona. But also, another big thing that's happening in Arizona. Let's talk about GCU having their esports fall tournament series. It's going to be ending on December 4th, this big event, and free entry. So first of all, that should get your gears turning. Like, oh, I could do a tournament for free offline. What is this? This is crazy. But then you see that it's got $300 or more in prizes right at the bottom there, and you can't not start thinking, okay, maybe I should go to this thing. So go to it. At Grand Canyon University in the beautiful state of Arizona. If you're in the area, definitely head out to that because $300, no money down from you, just travel getting there. It's gonna be a hell of a time. Excuse me, I burped after saying that, but it's gonna be a hell of a time. Show up.
You know, when something's just so exciting and you get hiccups after it, that shows how good that it can be. Just the idea of it can become. I'd love to see that.
I'm losing my mind, bro. And my voice.
Yeah, well, be careful with that one.
Yeah, it's kind of my livelihood right now.
Oh man.
Well, that should set us up for. I think that give us enough stalling time to talk about Kyle Young and Bulbasaur versus Lavi and Krupp.
So, character diversity all over the place.
Yeah.
Lavi and Krupp, who showed off both Double Falcon, and I assume they can rotate through a bunch of double ofs, but they looked really strong with the Falcon Lucina. That seemed like a nice mixture of hot and cold, like bait and bash kind of action. Kyle Young and Bulbasaur, give us the rundown.
Yeah, two players you're not familiar with. That's okay. We got Kyle Young from Flagstaff, one of the best players in the scene. They had a really good couple of showings this summer. They actually made it into, I believe, I think they were in the Almost Ascension bracket. If they weren't, that's on me. But I also think they were in the Summer Smash League series, which, yeah, AZSL. Thank you. So yeah, they played awesome. They're a Rob main, really solid, one of the best I've seen in Arizona, who doesn't actually have that big of a Rob plague whenever this guy's not in attendance. But then you look at Bulbasaur, his teammate, who has a Kazuya and a Bowser. They've been working more so on the Bowser lately, and in doubles, I think Bowser probably is going to be the option just because there's no auto turnaround, and Kazuya is just kind of wonky in general when it comes to that. But I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know who to give this to because you've got Rob, who can play really solid as a distance demon with the gyros and the lasers, and then you have Bowser who can just run in and clean up.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Lavi and Krupp want to go about that, because at least of the characters that they showed off, they don't have a lot of full screen pressure. So on a case of where you'll see common stages like Town City, like Battlefield, or not Battlefield, like Pokemon Stadium 2, where you have just so much ground space to work with, having a full screen tools like Gyro and like Laser end up subverting a lot of the pressure that can come with doubles and how chaotic it can be. Of course, it seems like Krupp is one of those players, and both Krupp and Lavi are players that thrive off those scramble situations and off that chaos. So that's how we may see some structuring of bans if they go into the bans in Step 1, or if they just jump into PS2, like 90% of Ultimate players. You know,
it's
PSA.
A good stage. It's the best stage. Honestly,
it is a great stage. It's a great stage. PSA though, if PS2 doesn't work in a matchup, don't default to it.
True. True. Don't keep going back to the stage if you lose on it. I'm an arbiter. I'm a huge arbiter for that. Not arbiter Skyward, obviously, but like, ambassador. We'll talk about it. It's the same thing.
I like that word.
I'm flexing my thesaurus knowledge tonight. When I was younger, I just used to read the thesaurus.
It's funny. You get some really interesting words in there.
Yeah. Like, I used to think coincidence was actually coinkydink too. I don't know why. It's just something I heard somebody say. I was like, well, it has to be. It has to be coinkydink.
I mean, they're effectively the same.
Right. Well, people know what you mean when you say coinkydink. They think you're an idiot, but
colloquialisms.
Yeah. So Bulbasaur's looking like they're gonna be rocking the Game & Watch early, and I think this is a good idea, and I'll tell you why, Ubel. Because you can absorb lasers and get bucket.
It's true. Yeah, on top of reflecting the own gyro to mess with some momentum a little bit. Okay, Lavi is going to stick with the Double Falcon instead of the what worked so well in the previous games. They're going full forward. But hey, let's try and hold forward and get a game off of them quick. Try and overwhelm them before they have time to adjust in a best-of-3 single elimination format. I like the play.
I do too. So, a couple of Northwest characters coming out from both these players. I'm pretty sure Lavi isn't a Falcon main. Pretty sure Lucina is probably more their speed. But hey, this is a completely different Game & Watch, mind you. But another Game & Watch here who's going to be early up disrupting these combos with these multi-hits and covering high with those uppies and everything. So, And the rocket for the red team as well. Right now, it looks like the battle lines are being drawn. But already, you see Lavi getting the double spike off of that side B. But already, Krupp had the spike. He had it initially. Lavi, he got another one though. Lavi did what they needed to do to even that sucker up.
3 for 3, including on his teammate. All right.
Lavi's taking heads tonight.
Oh, it looks like Krupp is trying to go for more. I love that reversal, trying to catch Bulbasaur going a little bit too far. And Game & Watch might have great edge guarding, but you always got to be careful of some of these reversals that Falcon can very realistically do with the buffs to Falcon Dive being so much better than it originally was. It's all in the drop through knee. It's all there. Everything's coming together.
Yeah, I mean I'll talk about that Falcon Dive again. That move is now a viable out of shield option for this character, and it's giving them so much good, like better edge guards off stage. They can make recoveries a little bit easier. Again, they're safer out of shield, which is a thing that this character really tends to struggle with at times. Oh no, and Hao Young's able to make it back, but that was scary because you saw that spike coming, man.
We're just gonna ignore the Game & Watch spamming down smash at center stage for the moment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I thought that was the plan.
Oh yeah, that's the game plan. It's all timing mix-ups. It's not mashing, I swear.
All right. Well, hey, it is
on these down tilts.
4-3 right now. But with that, Kyle Young evens it up. Again, if we get one of these patented Rob 0 to deaths from Kyle Young, which he can do, I've seen him do it, it will be a little bit easier for them to get on top of this, but this ledge trap is so strong from Krupp right now. And on the other side of the stage, Lobby's doing an amazing job of keeping Bulbasaur away from their teammate and getting the kill with that Falcon Dive.
But just one down tilt too many. Is getting a little bit greedy with the damage. I mean, Rob down tilt is an incredible move, but it's not going to save you against both opponents. And Bulbasaur going a little bit too low. I'm not sure if he took a dive or just overestimated but either way, that is game 1 going to Lavi and Krupp, who took it in pretty solid fashion. 3 stocks to 1, or a 3-stock victory is nothing to sneeze at, especially given the characters that we see on screen. Like, Game & Watch and Rob are more known to play at their own pace and control game tempo a whole lot better than Falcon is, who can explode with a combo, but then kind of be at the whims of the openings the opponents give.
Yeah.
Granted,
are we going to see the Kyle Young sword, too? Kyle Young used their Mii Sword Fighter in AZSL over the summer as well, to good effect. Actually, it was a pretty decent counter pick, but they're going to go with the Rob. We have Bowser coming back in the building. Maybe going to be using the Bowser to take up a little bit more space and get a little bit more firepower on the board. And we're back to PS2.
Love it. I love the opening, because, I mean, I don't hate this stage from a Rob Bowser perspective. You love having the distance, you love having these biplats to extend combos. I mean, Bowser has so much room to land. And of course, the chaos of PS2, the chaos of doubles doesn't really result in stocks on PS2 because of the stage is so wide. But Falcon Knee has been doing it for a decade and a half now. Longer.
Yeah. See, one of the things that Bowser struggles with. Oh my god, did you see that? Never mind. I'm gonna go on another tangent. That down air from Kyle Young was so good because it caught the Falcons in that. Oh my god, did you see the synchronized knee too? This dude, doubles is insane. I love doubles.
They're just holding forward.
There's so much to digest right now.
They're not trying to. What is it? They're not trying to be smart about stocks. Especially Krupp is not trying to be smart about stock usage. He's trying to kill everybody. It's all over extensions. It's all holding forward. Be as deadly as possible in the time that you're given, which could work. This game's pretty much even if they can close out this stock onto Kyle Young.
I cannot believe how this is going right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is we're not even a minute 30 in, and 3 of our players are on last stock.
Everybody should be now. Yeah, it's all even.
Oh my god. No way. Oh my god,
no
he's
jump.
For a couple backers. Yeah, he can't make that back. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, he's got the spike too. Okay, well this is Double Falcon versus one of the biggest bodies in the game, in Rob. So we're gonna be seeing some shenanigans. Oh my god, from the ledge! No way, Krupp! You're insane!
He tried to let. I know for a fact that he saw a Falcon without his jump and said, to win this game, I have to take out this Falcon. I have to make sure that Krupp dies in this situation before going back to center. And I believe this was just a little bit too late. He gets the back air, amazing tech on Lavi's part, and he dropped from ledge, looking for a back air, looking for something just to blow back Lavi off stage even further so he wouldn't be able to recover. And didn't respect the Falcon dive, of which Lavi got 4 stocks in that game alone.
I can't believe it. And Krupp burnt like their first 3 stocks in less than a minute, I think.
Suicide dares. It was great.
Krupp does not respect his opponents no matter who they are, and I'm pretty sure that was the best 3 as well, so...
Yes, yeah, that should be the winner of doubles, so congrats.
Alright, yeah, woo! They did it! They look so dominant, too. If you get SD like that and still be winning like that, ugh. My god, I'm sweating.
Gross. That was hilarious. I mean, that's what double... Yeah. Like, it's the benefit and detriment of side events, because sometimes, like, side events are there to play more games in a different format and have a lot of fun, and it looked like, just from gameplay alone, we didn't even see the cameras, but from gameplay alone, they were having an absolute blast. Will it take away some of the, like, oh, doubles is some serious competitive event? Maybe, but whoever says that it's not fun, whoever says that gaming tournaments shouldn't be fun, go away.
Bye!
Because that was a great grand finals. It was a great final, single elimination.
I guarantee you Tom Brady still likes playing football.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
Yeah, if you've been doing it for this long and you see it as a means to an end, what's wrong with you? Come on. You know? Anyway, look, we could get on that soapbox all day, but we want to have some fun on commentary, not spur any civil unrest within the community. So we're gonna go ahead and turn our heads towards singles bracket. Again, congratulations to Krupp and Lavi for winning doubles. But now they're in their singles brackets. Lavi going on to play against Zell and Krupp playing against Shiba. So next on stream, I believe we're going to be having the Mexican versus Paisan.
Yeah, that's what it seems to be.
I don't know either of these guys. This is going to be really fun.
Yeah, so the
Plant Bayo from the Mexican.
That's a good one.
I really hope they go with the plant. I love watching Plant.
Seems to be Inkling.
Interesting. Okay.
Character that's fallen out of the metagame a little bit. There's not many.
A lot of it.
Yeah. As long as Rob is a meta-relevant character, of which Rob is kind of the meta-relevant character, given the player-based stats and how many good Robs there are, Inkling, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on your opinions of Inkling, won't be. Because Inkling's worst matchup to date, according to many of the Inkling players that I have talked to, is Rob, which, man, that sucks. Because there's a lot of them.
Wait, hang on, let me think about that. How? So why is that so bad for them?
So Inkling struggles with shield pressure incredibly well because their best out of shield options are either behind them in back air or just rising in nair, which don't really last all that long. And Rob can come at them with plenty of shield pressure, as well as they're one of the few characters that can reliably pressure Inkling at ledge and connect 2 frames onto Inkling. So, as well, they don't care about Inkling being short and going underneath, because they have incredible ground tools with down tilt and just moves that hit on the ground repeatedly, like Gyro as well, being able to stuff out Inkling's incredible dash. So a tank-based player like Rob can kind of stuff out all the options that Inkling is most broken for, forcing a very different and a very bad game plan from Inkling, which is very aerial-based. Inkling still got combos, but it doesn't hold up against Rob's also very good combos, so they're kind of trading damage, and Rob has a better neutral.
Right, okay, well thank you for the sum up. Unfortunately, that didn't really help us all that much in this matchup, because we're seeing a Sora versus a Marth.
I looked at the screen.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey,
it's funny.
You want to talk about characters that are becoming increasingly more meta-relevant? We've been seeing a lot of people come out of the woodworks with some pretty dominating dominating Sora gameplay. I mean, Schroeder Ame made a good run at what was it? It was main stage a couple weeks ago. And, you know, Marth's a character who's been really struggling in this game to find any sort of viability. And, you know, I've been seeing some people try to break through the mold and make this character look as good as they used to be. Like, Ignace from California has been doing a good job. I think they're going to be a menace someday. But in terms of others, I really don't see too many people thinking Marth is all that good.
It's just the Y effect. And unfortunately, Marth falls into that, and there is reason to play Marth, but as you get increasingly higher and higher levels, we've seen this consistency matters a whole lot more in a game that's all about advantage. Or mostly about advantage, to say. And needless to say, Sora's got a really good one. He's incredibly floaty, can do very well with the juggling and going air to air with a surprising amount of the cast. His edge guarding is almost second to none, having the ability just to cover so much. And Sora can do just enough on stage with things like dash attack and down tilt to be extra punishing, as well as up air is a hell of a button.
Yeah, 17% and covers that space for that long. If you're above Sora, you gotta start praying, my guy. And also that up B, one of the strongest in the game in terms of killing. It is wicked strong if you can get them in the air.
Yeah. You have to DI that right, or you're dying sub 100 with relative ease. That being said, Sora can be a little bit frustrated when it comes to playing out of shield, playing out of block. Up B is pretty good, but it's not so fast that it's dealing with some of the amazingly safe falling aerials that come with this game. So most often in time, Sora is parrying a decent bit, as we see Python coming out with the parry, and also playing a little bit more of this like almost puff style gameplay, where you're kind of being very floaty and very whiff punishy, especially with moves like the Sonic Blade. Great chipper back air long blow.
Then again, if you can kind of, you know, play a distance game around Sora too, they tend to struggle to approach at times because Sora, while they are floaty, they are a little bit slower paced of a character. They have projectiles to fall back on, sure, but those projectiles aren't like same as Charge Shot or Wolf Blaze or anything that heavily disrupts the opponent and makes it difficult for them to approach. And on top of that, you can't just spam the ones that you're good with. You gotta rotate through the whole cycle before you get another Thundaga. And also, I'd like to point out that parry on the downer was completely crucial because that would have shield broken had it not been a parry.
Oh, he lands the opposite of Nair, but not able to get the follow-ups. There's like little things where Python like hasn't been willing to try and combo into moves like up smash, which I feel like is going to be the X factor for Sora, as there it was. Like landing Nair 1 or things like down tilt into up smash are going to be incredibly crucial, but there's the up B out of shield as you mentioned, but great DI on the Mexican's part.
Oh, but that time, you can't survive that one. Right at the ledge, getting parried off the ledge with a get-up attack. Sorry, sucker, you're going for a ride. And we're seeing my man Python go up 1-0 in the set. And dude, again, this didn't kill, so it was a good DI on the Mexican's part. But now you got to recover against Sora. The Thundaga put up just enough pressure, and they were like, oh, he's still in Thundaga, let me get up attack. Nah, put up the shield, get that parry, get the timing afterwards. It is over for them. So we're going to see a callous counterpick, it looks like. And I don't expect to see a counterpick from Zemexican. I feel like these guys are just going to let it rock. But we do know that Zemexican has other characters in the pocket, and it looks like Doc is going to be the choice for right now. Yeah, okay, you locked it in.
Dr. Mario is a new one. I'm gonna be honest with you, and to be fair, not new in the sense that this character has been bad forever. I mean, they're not especially good, but there's been okay representation and showcasing what Doc is good at, but on top of recent buffs. But it doesn't feel like this is the move against a character who plays so floaty and out of the way, because Doc can't really chase anybody down all that effectively.
Right. While they do have one of the best projectiles in the game for starting combos and leading into some of their most devastating options in that kill, they honestly don't have much in the way of applying that pressure very safely with that move, especially against a character who like Sora, wants to remain in the air as long as they possibly can, and they want to keep you there too. Doc is kind of starved for landing options and being one of the worst characters off stage in the game. I think this is a borderline death sentence. But then again, the one thing they do have in spades is kill power, and Sora isn't exactly the heaviest character in the game. So if one of these strong is able to land, the Mexicans, we could be seeing a couple early stocks be taken.
Yeah, they got ways to get out of shield for free, and and ways to bully a character that wants to float around, especially with that anti-air up smash. I love the platform play coming out from Python though, trying to take their time, knowing that up air, while it's not the most and upbeat, while they don't kill ridiculously early, up air I mean, it kills when it needs to, and that's incredibly important for a character like Sora, not trying to find these important combos when the percents get to the very dark red. Looking for the grab there, and now you can kind of play Sora's kind of both frustrating and annoying game plan, and the tech as well.
Whoa!
Great stuff from Python. This should be a proper punish, only a back air from center stage. I mean, if you're putting Sora off stage, that's not really advantage, because he can get all the way to the other side of Kalos from being at the blast zone just a second earlier.
Yeah, it's such an interesting game you need to play around Sonic Blade, because Sonic Blade, kind of like homing attack from Sonic, is like, okay, well, I need to shield, but he doesn't always need to hit me. He can just use this time of me being in shield to run away. The only effective way to deal with Sonic Blade if it's locked onto you when you're shielding is to parry it. But that is few and far between too, because he gets 3 of those things. So you need to play ridiculously careful around that one move, especially if you're a slower body like Dr. Mario is.
Yeah, I've been enjoying just how good Python has been playing out of parry, like finding really clutch parries on the shield pressure, trying to avoid Doc's pretty solid buttons. I mean, even if he is very slow, Dr. Mario has very good up-close buttons akin to Mario, hence and that's the showcase we're seeing from the Mexican. Oftentimes baiting out attempted punishes from Python and throwing out that frame 3 upbeat that is killing remarkably early on, as you mentioned, an incredibly light character like Sora. Waiting for the air dodge, but Python not gonna give it to him. Another grab.
He's gonna get a grab, throw him down, he's not gonna get anything out of it. And then we see a grab of the same kind from the Mexican. He's gonna get a couple 2-piece combos in for 36%, but then again, that's all the extra credit that he can have in this match, because right now Python is coming on their last stock. They're both on their last stock. I think Kalos is being a bigger stage is making it harder for both these characters to approach, but I think that's exactly what the Mexican wanted in their game plan, because when Sora actually does have to approach, he can just stay in shield and get these punishes with the uppie. He's been doing that a lot. He's been doing a good job of getting those grabs too.
He might have died from that. That down throw into down B, I'm pretty sure that was a death sentence. Shouldn't the air dodge have not come through? The Mexican now really has to find their way down. Nair is not doing it. They've been out without their jump this entire time, but they do get to the ground. Love that mix-up from Python and gets away for free, but the upbeat again, the thorn in Python's side this entire time.
Yeah. Oh my god, he read that roll too. He baited him in with one quick dash in, caught the roll back in with the up smash. That was beautiful. We're gonna take that to a replay in just a second. But my god, that's what Doc can do. When you are playing against a Doc that is that terrifying, you know that he can hit you with anything if you stay in shield. So you need to do something, right? That dash didn't seem like a good option, but nope! Read that roll back. Just beautiful textbook pressure, textbook punishing off of the roll too. Beautiful play from the Mexican there. We're going to game 3 here already. First match of singles too.
Yeah, and I mean singles already started, and this one's kicking off stream with a hell of a solid one. And hey, doing nothing's frame 0. You could just walk up and threaten with the sheer air of all of Doc's kill power. Hell, that frame 3 upbeat has been doing a ton of work throughout the entirety of that game. And now we get to swap over to Battlefield, which I really like this pick. Sora, of course, has an amazing juggle game, and being able to land on this platform circumvents one of Sora's major weaknesses in offense, that being his double jump being extraordinarily slow. So instead he can wave land and get onto these platforms and still have that juggling pressure. But the Mexican is still reading these roll-ins like it's his job.
Yeah. In terms of the grounded game, you gotta give it to the Mexican, because they can cover with a projectile, they can dash in, they're not super fast, but they do cover a lot of space really quickly, and man are they scary. If they get one solid hit on you, you're taking a good amount of damage, no matter what it is. If it's a straight Nair, you can get combos. If it's straight up, you get combos. If it's one strong hit, you're taking 20 anyway. This guy is playing this character's idea super nicely, and the recovery aspect of this character leaves much to be desired, but the Mexicans making it work really nicely. And but god, those attacks from Python are keeping them alive in earnest.
And is able to find the down smash as a punish, missing the F smash. Man, I almost kind of want to see a little bit more of these of these more like grounded down smash, and down smashing having that extra little bit of vulnerability and being able to stop some of the rolls that the Mexican has been throwing out to get out of pressure. Oh, and there's the first chance at the counterattack coming out from Python. And he needs to find something to way to get this stock off, and swinging for the fences with F smash is not going to be the way to do it more often than not. Another forward throw, another way to get the Mexican off stage, but still no stop. Oh, and that air dodge.
Oh, okay. That was probably a fat finger. Maybe I was trying to wave land and they just held forward a different way. Doesn't matter though. Up air is there to bring you out of the gates of hell and take you into the light.
Oh, there was a down tilt, but Python mashes out of it and gets the grab follow-up. Down throw into forward air. Ledge play. Let's see what you got here. Going for the up air. No, gets followed into the massive fist of Dr. Mario.
Dude, that's a wicked strong move. I mean, that did like 22-ish%. It's about as strong as Ganondorf's. And again, he caught another roll from the ledge. I think Zemexian has figured out a little bit of a habit that Python had. Because if he keeps going for those rolls, Zemexian's always in the ballpark to get those punishes.
I don't believe this stock has his jump.
He doesn't either, but it doesn't matter. Never mind, it totally does. If he jumped, he could have gone over that counter. And that's a really strong counter. It's deceptively so, because it freezes you in place, so it's a guaranteed hit unlike some characters. Shulker, Greninja, Lucario. But it also has an insane amount of kill power, too. And yeah, killing off the side at like 90% on Doc, that's always something you like to see.
I feel called out. You're right, but I feel called out.
I'm just calling it like I see it, brother.
Oh, the pill from so deep, but I mean, Sora can recover from anywhere, and that get-up attack is super deceptive. It goes with a ridiculous range, as I love that Python is just holding forward and pressing this advantage. At 117, now you're starting to get into upper percents, you're starting to get into the range where Sora can just find the stocks without having to worry. Commitment with the full hop, and now we get to see the opening from the Mexican. He high-profiled, he bounced off the shield with Nair, that was so clean.
I have never seen something like that happen, but hey, if it was going to happen, it was going to be Sora. Sora's the only character in the game who gets that bounce out of their combos, other than the Belmonts with their down air. So, you know, it's pretty good, but then again, that back throw, not going to kill. It looked like it might have, and the Thundaga, if they timed it a little bit better, that uppy, man, the Mexican is barely holding on for dear life, and yeah.
There it is, down smash. Yep. Hurt box shifting. Combined with the invulnerability. Yeah, finishing leap's a hell of a move, which, for anybody that's not a Kingdom Hearts fan like I am, finishing leap is a common grounded finisher that often chains into air combos, but in Smash Ultimate, it's just a hell of a down smash.
I mean, that was the, you know, up version of it when it's like closer to the sweet spot, but like that sour spot sends like, if you're Doc and you get hit by that like 100 from center, sorry, you're too low. You can't recover from that. It's like, it's ridiculously strong, but and it's got like intangibility on startup too. It's
decimate shields. It's crazy.
Yeah, hurtbox shifting. I mean, oh my god, that's a good move. It's kind of like K rules in the fact where like if you jump, you're fine, unless you're like you're inside the hitbox. But
yeah,
I mean,
that's true. That's true.
But like you can't hit it, you can't interrupt it. It covers the ground, eats your shield like breakfast. I mean, it's amazing. So hey, Python with the Sora looking kind of nice, but they got to go up against B-Rice in the next round. That's their winners round 2. That was round 1 pools. So if that's the level of talent we're seeing at this base level, the rest of the bracket should be a hell of a treat. And I think that treat continues. We're going to be having Jinx and Kyle Young next on stream. Now, we got to see Kyle Young a little bit before in doubles. Plays a clean run, right? Y'all don't see them in something they're familiar with singles. But Jinx, I'm sure, I mean, you commentate a lot of online tournaments. You might have heard about Jinx once or twice. Yeah, Jinx is one of the best Wi-Fi Wii Fits I've ever seen. And offline, they're pretty solid too.
I always like to see players grow from an online era and make it into offline and make that transition well. And both of them seem like they have made a certainly solid transition, especially Wii Fit Trainer. This character stay being slept on, even now. It's like there's so many Wii Fit mains, but there's also Rob mains all over the place, and that clean ledge trap with the gyro sending you right into the S-Smash. Great stuff in order to find that first stock, and one of the many things that Rob does to hold that X Factor is he can kill you 5 ways from Sunday.
Yeah, but one of the things that Jinx does better than anybody else is adapt, and on top of that, Jinx is such an oddball of a personality that they come up with some of the most unorthodox strategies to get out of bad situations that I've ever seen. And that Wii Fit is being an oddball character that not a lot of people throw out offline is absolutely one of the tools that allows them to do such a thing. Off stage, Jinx is ridiculously strong. Wii Fit's really good at playing in general, but Jinx is able to use that in such a good way. But Kyle Young is opting for a game plan that is stay grounded, get Jinx off stage, and make sure that I'm not off stage versus Jinx. And it seems like that's working amazingly right now.
Yeah, he's not playing into Jinx's game plan. He's not falling for the Wii Fit stuff, and while Jinx can throw out any unique traps that he wants, Kyle Young is playing... He's playing ledge. He's making Wii Fit feel like they're ledge trapped, and you still have to respect the multi-hits of that down smash, which has been good. You know, it's been the longest good move that has come out from Rob, I feel like. It's been good in Brawl, so the fact that it's still good now makes a lot of sense. Finds the roll as well, and the ledge trap keeps on going, and the DI wasn't all the way there, so he's grounded from just a flat stage up there. Dio, Kyle Young, making it look easy, making the Wii Fit matchup look contained and look ready going into this final stock. Yet you always have to respect deep breathing. 102.
Yeah.
What happened?
He went from like 60 all the way to 100 just off of one deep breathing side B, and the defense is there from Jinx, and the wicked punish to follow up with that sun salutation. And he says, "Hey, Kyle Young, why don't you say hi to that thing while you're up there?"
Important interactions all over the place. Not only with the berry on jab, parrying gyro so that it goes away, so there was nothing to interfere with the sun salutation, and the lead showcasing Wii Fit's combo game. Now these parries stay on point. So does Rob down tilt. You're stuck in the corner.
Rob, you want to talk about good shield pressure? I mean, we alluded to it earlier about the Inkling matchup, but it's really good in every matchup as well. And see, Jinx went with the hula hoops to go hit the ball a little bit further off stage to hit Kyle Young more. I mean, Jinx is super aggressive off stage. One of the most aggressive Wii Fits I've ever seen. I mean, you're probably used more of a John Numbers type of style. Jinx has their own
money's around. Okay, we're putting respect on my man's name, but yeah, the Wii Fits in Tri-State, they stay be camping, but Jinx,
my God,
Jinx is not letting you get away from that fairy without a broken robot as they scrap back from a full 2 stocks to 1 deficit. Like, it was 2 stocks to 1, both of them at 0%, and then something clicked, and Jinx decided to go on a tear.
And that's the thing about the oddball style of Jinx. Jinx is ridiculously good in those high-pressure situations of just finding something and making it work. Now, something worth mentioning, you do talk about Tri-State Robs all the time, because, yeah, there's a lot of them here.
I don't know, but there's Robs everywhere, not even in Tri-State.
Right, but, I mean, specifically Tri-State SoCal, I mean, that's where you see the most of them. I want to talk about the fact that Jinx actually traveled to Tri-State over the summer. I met Jinx at a vacation a little bit. That's the local scene we have in Pennsylvania. And Jinx has been here. They've seen probably some of the best Rob players in the world. And yeah, I don't really think I need to go much more into detail than that.
Hey, it's a matchup you gotta know. Across the board, you gotta know when you can blow up Rob and when you can exploit his disadvantages. I love the DI down there as he was perhaps even looking for the header spike off the side B, get even more off of this advantage that it seems like Kyle Young is just kind of handing to him a little bit. Kyle Young is oftentimes forcing their way off stage because you have conversions like that, because you have solid edge guarding with the burner and being able to linger for so long.
That's the thing about Kyle Young.
He fits home.
Kyle Young's good. They're a very solid Rob, but they just lack a little bit of mindset polish that a lot of the other players in the scene have. That's the one thing holding it back. But that comes with time, practice, and experience, and, you know, sometimes losing a little bit. But they're not out of this thing by any means. Rob has dummy kill options for sure, like this Barry, into the mix-up. But they weren't going to go for the up air. They actually went for the up smash. Jinx was barely able to survive that one in time, as well as a zero-death combo that they can go off stage and kill stocks ridiculously early at.
Gotta wait out this deep breathing, because not only does it give Wii Fit offense, it gives Wii Fit a little bit extra defense, less damage, and less knockback, being able to survive some of the more usual setups from Rob. Able to find that grab as well, and the backer out of shield. Wii Fit privy to a frame, I believe that's a frame 4 back air, which out of shield is an absolute player. as the stock gets taken.
Especially one with kill power like that. I mean, we mentioned before, you keep talking about Inkling, even though this character's not really relevant anymore. But the character has like one of the fastest backers in the game, but it doesn't kill. Wii Fits kills, and it's that fast. And it's just a good coverall option against bigger characters like Rob anyway. So, yeah, Ubo, I think that is something that Kyle Young needs to keep in mind going forward.
Yeah, it's really funny, actually, because while Wii Fit's back air is an incredible out-of-shield option, Wii Fit doesn't have the best grab, so you oftentimes want to keep your pressure in front of Wii Fit's shield. Like, space correctly, time your spot dodges, and time your rolls right, and there's not much Wii Fit can do about that shield pressure, and there's not much anybody can do about that back air. Playing on ledge is great and all, but that back air still hits ledge if you space it correctly, which it looks like Kyle Young was prepping to do before pulling the trigger a little early. Yet, we saw this story before.
It lingers. I mean, that back air, yeah, definitely something that could be bringing Kyle Young back into this match, which they need desperately, because if they lose this one, they're going to be in a predicament. Because Jinx has a game lead, so if they win this next match, they have the set in their favor, and they advance to the next round of competition. And right now, Jinx is just like, okay, you can't get in right now. I'm holding your gyro, I'm holding all your options, but there's Kyle Young with those patented down tilts. Get the combo extensions going.
Oh, hello.
Well, I gave you the mic a little too late, brother. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay, because we get to witness, if we could get we're going to get a replay on that final stock, because, hey, production value, shout out to SAK Gaming TV, which you should drop a follow. We get a look at this nice little forward air hitbox, and oh boy, what a hitbox. Let's see it. 1, 3, 2, 1. Oh no, this
three.
There was the whole jab block punish as well.
All right, ready, 3,
5, 4,
2,
oh yeah,
1.
there it is.
There it is! Yay! Okay, so you saw it, right?
Yeah,
you don't need to play it again.
Wii Fit's forward air is a crazy. Wii Fit's forward inputs as well as the jab often are overlooked for hitboxes because they're just so. It's all of the iota of the character. It's just awkward. It's ridiculous. It's weird. And Rob having a big enough body means you're susceptible to all of that weirdness on both the front hitbox and the back hitbox and all of it in between.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. Jinx is really good. I definitely would be watching that Menace going a little bit further on, but they have punched their ticket into winners quarterfinals, where they'll be awaiting the winner of SAK 16, who is awaiting on the winner of B-Rice and Paisan. So whoever wins B-Rice or Paisan versus SAK 16 gets to play Jinx in quarters. As the rest of the bracket continues, though, we are looking at RDNA taking a 2-0 victory over Reflex. Reflex, character I have a lot of high hopes for in the later years. They are a very good Shulk, and they cycle through their Monado arts really fast. It is devastating. Zell and Lavi are still playing. It is not been announced yet, but if whoever wins that gets to play against Jumbo Jack in winners round 3. Crop and Spice are playing in winners round 3. Skylar and Skarm are nearing the end of their set in winners round 3. Frost and Bulbasaur nearing the end of theirs winners round 3. Okay, Skylar won against Skarm. That's cool. We know that now. And then Rensley Yomadafu are playing it out right now. So I think next on stream, we're going to be having the winner of Frost and Bulbasaur, whoever that might be, playing against the winner of Rensley and Yomadafu, whoever that might be. And that will be our first match of winners quarters for the night. We have Rensley Yomada now? Oh, interesting.
Okay. Word from production, then we're going to go a little bit deviant from what you may follow on bracket, with which you can find the bracket by typing !bracket in chat. If it hasn't been typed already, you know Smash Twitch chat be hammering that command. But we're going to be getting Yomadafu and Rensley, which, as mentioned, as we saw prior, this should be Rensley going with their. Rensley was the Game Watch, if I'm correct.
They were the Ganon.
They were the Ganon.
Was but I don't know if Rensley actually plays Ganon in singles all the time. Well, they are doing it today, so. And
there is a Game Watch because we got Yomada coming up.
The Krupp brothers all play Ganondorf, but they don't all main Ganondorf. Obviously, we have Krupp, not too far from norm. They play Falcon, and those characters are kind of similar. And then you have Asatil, who plays Belmont, which is, interesting. But Rensley's just going to be rocking the Ganondorf tried and true. We're on Smashville, which is a stage that Game & Watch likes, but it's a smaller stage, which Ganondorf also likes. So.
Yeah, they thought about that one real quick. They just
they were like,
maybe not.
No. Game & Watch dies at like 30 at that stage, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you're also like, it's the kind of mindset going in. Like, are you trying to camp out Ganon and force them to overextend and then punish for it? And they do run back straight to Smashville. Or are you trying to play the juggle kind of Game & Watch where I hit you with Nair and you don't get to land until you take 80? While it's not all true, Game & Watch's juggle game with things like up air, the coverage of Nair, and every time you try to land, if you try to land aggressively, that up B resets the situation over and over and over again. As Game & Watch is just, if you don't mind the TCG terminology, he's one of the most repeatable characters in this game, just able to reset what makes him good, oftentimes ad nauseum, until players or characters are forced to fold.
Yes, yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you there, brother. And already, we barely into the match, and both characters are above 50%, and Rensley's already at almost 90. So, dude, this is gonna be a fire festival, if you want my opinion on it. And yeah, Game & Watch, one of the best edge guards in the game. Even having a jump there was not enough to save Rensley. So, yeah, this is gonna be dynamite, man.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh,
he made it back. Okay, well, yeah, Yomadafu, you flew a little too close to the sun. Well, that was an Icarus moment.
It's a far-ascended Icarus moment as he was looking for the kill on a Ganon when they were off stage, and who can blame him? But you always got to be careful with these good Ganons. Always know just how close they can be to the edge in order to find these kills. And Ganon's early stock game is a game you have to play.
Yeah, disadvantage of this character is miserable, to say the least. The Game & Watch is a character who can heavily exploit that. But the battle of this stage, or this game rather, is going to be won and lost off stage. With Yomadafu probably going to be trying to get Rensley off stage, and Rensley just trying to keep on stage. And you know, Rensley having a little bit of ground under their feet makes them brave enough to throw out options like that forward air, which just killed at 90 from center stage. Okay, that move is really strong against a paperweight, yeah.
Oh yeah. It's an incredible move. Finding the double backer with that frame trap will result in the stock, so early kills across the board. Yet, it doesn't seem like Yomada has been respecting the dark dive, but you do have to respect some of these combos. Great getup.
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
Not falling for the mix. Get the attack.
Too many people like to roll in that situation, or, you know, just do a neutral get-up for some reason. But no, get-up attack's the good option there, especially when you see your opponent hunker down and try to go for a smash attack. And not even brave enough to get the first hit on top of you, so you don't have time to get the get-up attack. I mean, you know, Yomadafu's a step above right now, and now they gotta contend with the bacon, which they do nice, and they air dodge through the back air in earnest. But these aerial combos from Yomadafu are still flying out.
136. This was just...
Up air? Oh my god! Oh, he made it back too! Oh my god, that was
What a ridiculous reversal, but no up B out of shield on the dash attack. Rensley is forced to try and get back to center stage, and another forward air.
Oh no. Max Rage gonna be killing at 80? My god.
That's
What am I watching?
This is the Ganon matchup in so many ways. Of course, Yomada is playing it a little bit too close to the sun. Those Icarus moments coming in clutch, almost dying on after a very deep edge guard. But he was trying to just force Rensley out of his resources, but some cheeky landings from Rensley, able to refresh his jump on spots like that, able to skid off the platform, and playing into what Ganon does best. Throw out these big aerials that are surprisingly good on block and absolutely massive. And punch the 2D man.
Yeah, punch the 2D man. I also gotta recognize the fact that Rensley is so adept at this game that he knew that after getting hit, he was turned around, and he had enough time to you know, adjust to that and make sure that he was like, oh, I can throw out a forward air for pressure on shield, which he expected it was going to be on shield, and then Yomadafu just dropped it and he got destroyed. So yeah, Rensley showing a level of awareness in all situations that I don't see from a lot of players at his level.
Oh, they were looking for a shield break at that, and the edge cancel into the up air as well. A great start for Rensley, who's just poking enough at what makes Game & Watch tick. Some of these approaches with Bomb, as long as you're not in shield, Bomb is an incredibly risky option to go for, assuming you're not respecting it with just holding block, in which case it's rather plus. On top of block, these command grabs off of the side and up B that come out from Rensley are forcing Yomada to be uncomfortable holding shield as Game & Watch, which is a statement you never want to say as Game & Watch.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when such a quintessential part of this character's job is just being invalidated, it's terrifying. But, you know, Yamadafu's starting to stabilize a little bit. They're just getting a little bit too button heavy and throwing out options to like, okay, this might work, as opposed to something that's more guaranteed and has a good chance to actually hit Rensley. He's just kind of predicting where Rensley is going to be, as opposed to where they are going to be.
Absolutely. It's been Rensley playing really, really well around just the spacing that Yamada wants to play on. Yamada actually going for a lot of like grabs out of shield, looking to kind of extend his advantage off of that defense and paying the price for it.
Dude, another Icarus moment. You know, that air dodge is really good on these lighter characters, but when you're in a situation like that, when you're off stage, you don't have any resources, and that's all you gotta do against a Ganon hanging at ledge, I'm sorry, buddy, you gotta take that edge guard, you gotta hold it. This is now 2 stocks to 1, and this is a fresh stock at that for both players. So, if Yomadafu can get Rensley off stage, just get a couple back airs, force him down low, they can't recover. And this can very easily even up the game. Now, on top of that, Rensley probably just needs 2 smash attacks and it's the game.
I like that.
Probably one at this point.
Rensley just taking the hit from the chef, not trying to get up too early and fall into any of those true combos. I mean, you're Ganon and you're gonna get blown up pretty easy, but as long as you are just held into this juggle game, Ganon can survive very long, but it can't survive that down smash call out on the landing hitbox. Yomada fighting their way back into this, and 56, that's not too bad, especially when you get up for a starter into a couple of these up airs. This game's even.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, especially when you avoid an F smash by the skin of your teeth, Rensley just barely misspaced that. And I'm gonna go on a limb, say that probably would have killed even with no rage. But Rensley, now at 60%, where did his lead go?
It might be falling to the wayside. An air dodge to get back, but there we see the chef into the F tilt, and there that back air going all the way deep. You see the air dodge, and again, we'll say it to the crowd, we'll say it to the heavens, because it bears repeating. If you see a directional air dodge off stage, go out there. I don't care what character you are, try and go out there and put out a lingering aerial, because they can't do anything about it, especially Ganondorf.
Yeah, man, and that setup was so good. We're going to call that the chef smash, going for the bacon into the chair combo. And Rensley going to be going with their main here, I think. This is the Ike coming out, and I think they kind of wanted it to be a fair fight. It's not anymore. This is Ike versus Game & Watch on Battlefield. And now, again, this is, a character who can be susceptible to edge guards on certain occasions, but not all the time, especially with these side debuffs that this character got in the recent patch. Not this last one, but a more recent one at that. And, if you just get one strong hit, with like a combo starter, or he can just get Game Watch into the air, Ike's a character that can absolutely kill you in earnest.
These down airs are interesting, but I like them. And here's why. Ike has been memed to death as Nair the character. But you still want to use Ike's best tools, which is arguably his airspeed and how devastating his range is. So by going for down air instead, you're natively mixing up timings and getting arguably more reward off of it on a character like Game & Watch, because you can get him to that high percents really quick and get him into Aether kill percents, which, hey, in that same patch, Aether became ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know why they said, oh, this amazing outer shield option should kill every character at 100, but they did, and that's just what we gotta live with now. They were like, okay, let's make his Nair, which is super obnoxious, a little bit worse. And, it's still not bad. It's still a huge move that starts combos, gets your opponent above you, and he's got an up air to follow up. And they were just like, yeah, let's give him, like, one of the strongest dash attacks in the game, and the strongest up B in terms of killing, other than, like, Pyra Mithra.
Yeah, that Prominence Revolt's kind of crazy coming out from Pyra, but Ike still has to play to this range, and I like how Rensley is just willing to give up the corner, play that center stage, because the floaty Game & Watch can suddenly be in your face in the drop of a hat. These Nair combos, all the same from Game & Watch as well, are exceedingly potent, missing the second up air and getting punished for it accordingly. Love these fast falls coming out from Rensley. Get out of danger and get to the ground. It's getting juggled. It's not where you want to be against Game & Watch. The misspacing and almost getting punished for it.
I definitely like the fact that Yomadafu, the majority of their damage, is these aerial combos, these uppies, these nairs, these up airs, which, again, as a character like Game & Watch, that's part of your kit, but Rensley is having a difficult time landing because of the platform layout. They're landing on these platforms, sure, and, they're not landing immediately on the ground so they can get ground punished, but they're getting air punished with these lingering hitboxes as well. And Yomadafu's pretty much making that into his entire game plan to deal with that. And, without as much damage as that can do, it will make this heavier Ike character suffer a little bit in the long run. But right now, Yomadafu's just having a really hard time of getting Rensley off the ground at this point.
This is just, you're trying to bait the player. Okay, yeah. So, have you ever, there's that fighting game challenge, right? It's like an arcade simulator where you play against like the masher, the whiff punisher, etc., etc. Like,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm glad you know what you're talking about because I forget the name of it too. But it seemed like yes, that.
Later.
Rensley, nice. I learned.
Sorry. Talk about footsies for a second, so the chat.
So Rensley fell into that straight up game plan because Yomadafu, what he wanted to do and what he kept doing, especially off of the neutral get up from ledge, was just dash forward and try and cover an overextension or cover the hitboxes in place that are coming out from Rensley with these nairs and start combos. But Rensley figured that what Yomadafu wanted to do was whiff punish. So he was whiffing intentionally to bait these punishes and still having enough time, thanks to the added range from Ike, to dash back and close out with yet another hitbox at that time would connect. So most of the time it would end up being F tilt or down tilt to start a combo at low percent, but as it just kept happening, he upped his punish into a nair into up air, which that's just good play coming out from Rensley, just continuously finding punishes off of a habit that it really seemed like Yomadafu was not adapting to. It's clean stuff.
Dude, it's amazing to me that once you find one small habit like that an opponent's doing, the entire match gets so much easier to deal with. And like, you start doing specifically bad options to bait out, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this now, and then you just have a strong option ready to punish. I mean, it's insane. So, Rensley, a little bit more tactful than I initially gave them credit for. I'm super excited to see what they do further in bracket, where next round, they've got a very difficult opponent in Frost, who is probably today the best Roy Crom in the state, other than obviously like Schroeder, who plays a character on occasion.
And Schroeder, he plays everybody.
yeah. Well, he is a former top 50 player, so he's got a good amount of the roster. But right now, it's actually going to be B-Rice versus SAK 16, and this is a matchup we've seen before. SAK 16 is actually a Lucas main. They're going for the Rosa today because I know I've seen B-Rice and Sokka play before. It wasn't pretty for Sokka, so I definitely think that the Rosa pick is going to be a little bit different. So, we're just going to have to wait and see, but already we see B-Rice starting off with some of their patented options. Now, you think of Isabel and say, oh, this character's lame, they just zone, that's all they do, but B-Rice is one of those guys who kind of waits until the opportunity presents itself for them to get these insane combos that we're so used to seeing. Because once they get in, once they get a starter, they do not let go. They deal so much damage. Their advantage state is some of the best of any Isabel I've ever seen.
It's crazy how Isabel's metagame off of the players that that have put their time and made into this character, they just decided, you know what? What if we just beat people up instead? Like, so you have all the tools for a trapper or for a zoner with things like fair and bear, and you have the Void Rocket as well, and that's still there, and that neutral is still strong. But then you have this incredible up tilt, this ridiculously strong nair, a consistent up air and down air at killing, and a command hit out of nowhere. It's all the bones for making of an incredible air-to-air combo game with a couple proper starters. That's all you really need for a devastatingly effective character, yet who can kind of be out-tempoed because of it.
Right. And on top of that, I mean, Isabel's got a lot of options at all ranges. They got a long range option in their forward air back air.
Oh, yeah.
They've got a couple short range options in their up tilt, their nair, which is really fast, their down smashes, their jabs. And, you know, they got a couple mid range options as well with the efficient tool and also their F tilt, their grab, which is pretty large as well, and kills for some reason. But the biggest option that you need to contend with whenever you're playing against this character is you gotta worry about where that gyroid is buried. If you land on that gyroid, not only are you taking 20 damage from the gyroid, but you can eat up air. I've seen people jump off of platforms and get fishing rod up throws, and get ridiculously early kills out of it. It is a a character-defining move, as well as a neutral B that just straight up invalidates certain characters. No way.
Had to use the up B there, but I mean, he was looking for the close hit of the Sunshine in order to resolve the stock, as this is... I mean, I feel like it's safe to say that this is out of hand, and that game is going to be done thanks to the quick little mix-up. The ledge drop, double jump fishing pole, clean enough to bait in any sort of approach. Is, I mean, Rosalina and Luma, they like to punish ledge a lot. They like to push forward, punish regrabs with a down-angled Luma F-smash, things like F-tilts, etc., down airs. B-Rice looked like he just has, if the history holds true, B-Rice just has Sockham's number. It's not a character thing.
Dude, I am so sorry I sneezed into the mic there. I forgot to hit the mute button. Thank you. Namaste, or whatever they say in Germany. So we're going to be seeing the Lucas actually come out here, and I gotta be honest with you, considering the Rosa I don't think it was tournament ready. I think they were just trying to see what worked, and that's what you got to do in certain situations. You know, throw something in the fire, see if it melts or if it crawls out live. But now we see a Lucas who is... Sokka is a very good Lucas, because they are good at getting in, and they are good at staying at a distance safely. They can get these extensions off of these nair combos, these down air combos, and they can do a good job when they're in advantage state. And see, that was a tether cancel. But, you know, obviously B-Rice didn't go off the ledge. The thing about tether cancels in this game, which is something I didn't know until very recently, when I was talking to Quick about it, is that when you get off of ledge after tether canceling, you actually have less iframes when you're doing your get-up attacks, your rolls. Pretty much every option has fewer iframes.
Yeah, because the way I heard it was that iframes are based on, they're based on percent, but also airtime. So you're spending more time in the air because of the tether cancel, which... Oh, and spending a lot of not as enough time in the pocket, because that PK Fire comes out and strikes Sokka right where it hurts.
Yeah, that move, it's like old school melee Samus. Oh, he air dodged too. Man, this is just not looking good. I mean, B-Rice is so situationally aware at all times, and on top of that, they're so opportunistic with their approaches, their combos, and whenever they see that their opponent is in a position of weakness, they pounce on it like a wolf. That might be a dog, but they are a wolf in dog's clothing. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, this blonde puppy has blood on their mind when they're handling this game. B-Rice showing exactly just how much Isabel has going for her. Even if it's a weird kind of style of play, you have to, like, when your opponent backs, you're kind of subservient to your opponent a little bit. Like, when they approach, you punish them hard, you punish them extremely, extremely hard, as we're seeing on ledge here. But when your opponent backs off, that's when you can play into the gyroid, you can play into the fishing rod, and into your forward and back air. But when they fall and set up your traps for exactly that punish, as you mentioned prior, the gyroid into the up air, a kill confirmed that has been Isabel's kind of the shining cap, or the shining feather in Isabel's cap for a long time. Like, having that as a kill confirm is, especially at late percents, like here at 130, extremely good. And the meta kind of evolved around that. It's like, alright, how do we get them into gyroid up air percent? Oh, we can like do up air, nair onto platform, get tech chases, especially on Smashville. You got some neat little setups there, or you have the consistency of the damage from up air, like fair to peck things away. Like, all of this stuff is crazy with Isabel, and it's a character that you have to learn the matchup for, or else you kind of get folded. Oof.
I want to talk about that last advantage state from B-Rice, because Sockham couldn't do anything, man. Like, they got their jump spurt, so they got forward aired a couple times. They make it back with the up B. They get a hit off stage again. They still don't have a jump. Actually, wait, no, sorry. They didn't grab the ledge. They got down. They got hit up. They have to come up B again, and they're over the ledge. And B-Rice just lets him land, gets a grab, back throws him, and then gets him off stage again, gives them the time to adjust. They get the tether. They come back to ledge. But all the while that they were off stage, B-Rice buried the gyroid so that you couldn't see it. I wasn't paying attention to the Isabel. I was worrying for Sockham's life. I was like, can he make it back? I'm sure Sockham was thinking the same thing. And then he neutral gets up onto the gyroid that he didn't know was planted there. It goes up, and then so does B-Rice. He comes up with the up air and just goes, bah! Get out of here, man. So here it is again. I appreciate that production has this on ready, but man, I was really liking miming that out. And that nair was so good too, because he's like, okay, if you want to go above me, I got a nair out here. You can't pass that, so you need to neutral get up. So he did, and he died for it. That dude.
Yeah, they put at least players that play Isabel developed a extremely strong combo game on top of just naturally having good advantage states, covering landings, the innate 50-50 of like you land with a button or land with a block, etc., etc. You have that, plus really solid combo game and strings from a distance with forward air, plus a grounded trap game. It's like the dominoes fall in the right place, but somehow the pieces aren't greater than the sum of their parts, which is so frustrating watching Isabel if you're a fan of the character. But I
think there is one big reason as to why, and that's, I think, the prevalence of swords in the metagame.
That is very true.
And rushdowns in general, because Isabel's, all well and good whenever you're playing against a character who isn't like Mithra, who can just like come at you at the speed of sound whenever they want to. This character, you need to kind of have time to get those setups down. And if you're off stage the whole time because you get pushed there forcefully, there's not much you can do about it. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, I'm very excited for you to get to see this, because Jumbo Jack kind of plays Diddy like Tweak Jr. And, being from Jersey, I feel like you might be able to give us a little bit of extra perspective on that.
So yeah, Diddy Kong, it's actually, we've spent a lot of time talking about Isabel. What could be a problem with her metagame is the fact that Game & Watch and Diddy Kong kind of do what she does, but better. Diddy Kong, an incredible trap character, but has an amazing aerial combo game and good juggling, and is able to put on so much damage. But there's matchups with Diddy Kong that just end up being banana or perish. So hopefully Jumbo Jack can kind of make the most out of some of these openings, or else Skylar, having that safety in frame data, will start to run over a little bit. And I mean, Tweak says himself, this is a matchup that you play to get 60 or 70 and wait for them to fall into a banana trap because of Diddy's incredible item toss, and you just don't interact with Game & Watch. And that Game & Watch with banana is incredibly scary. Oh god, Skylar, please.
Yeah, Skylar, you need to calm it down a little bit right now. But look, here's one. Oh my god, Jumbo Jack is just taunting on him too, crouching in the corner, crawling. Jumbo Jack's probably trying to figure out the matchup a little bit, and maybe he recognizes that Skylar's gonna be playing this like a steel wall a little bit. But they're not playing as aggressive as we're used to right now. Probably because they're still trying to figure out this matchup. Because as a character like Game & Watch, who's got lingering hitboxes to catch Diddy Kong out in the open, who has really good out of shield options and grounded options in general that are slightly disjointed and can keep a Diddy Kong at bay, it's very difficult for Diddy Kong to get too much of their hyper-aggressive gameplay out. They need to be a little bit careful and move around it.
Yeah, no shortage of movement options coming out from Diddy Kong, but it's just a matter of how. And what is so frustrating, I guess, about Game & Watch and what makes him so good is that moving around Game & Watch is so hard. That nair is not only big, but disjointed. Same with back air. Up B is incredibly hard to mess with, and it just keeps on going and keeps on just intercepting characters that want to spend a lot of time in the air. These bombs as well, and Nair coming in and intercepting the monkey flip as he low profiles it. There's way too much. They're just going on to this character that is able just to stuff out the bevy of options that Diddy Kong usually has available. But these combo games are still on point. Nair, forward air, getting the late hit up airs. And if you time your monkey flips right, then suddenly monkey flip grab will be especially beneficial.
Yeah, if you condition your opponent to shield in certain situations, going into that monkey flip is like an immediately good option.
And you don't need to condition Game & Watch players to shield. They're pretty good at it.
It runs deep in their heritage.
Ooh, going late for that edge guard, but able to make it back all the same. Banana in hand, the Z drop into the grab as well, kind of catching the panic shield looking like. Banana in hand, forcing the jump.
Ledge. Goes for the double jump too, yeah. Calls there from my boy Uble. But again, they're going to go for the mix-up, the single hit of the monkey flip as opposed to command grab. Good option there. But again, here's these lingering hitboxes coming out and making it a pain in the butt for Jumbo Jack to get in like they want to. But then again, that rage at that high percent versus the third lightest character in the game. Sorry, sucker, you're going to have to take that one and hold it. But right now, Skylar's did a good job of getting themselves back into a situation where they can take the lead back very quickly.
Yeah, getting it back here from center isn't going to do it, but it looks like exactly that. Skylar was playing too much respect to monkey flip that they were not prepared for just the sheer barrels. And a quick 50, it just keeps working. Monkey flip grab just keeps catching Skylar exactly where they don't want to be. And again, that's how they reacted to it, but it just shows the power of that button, able to define a matchup like this. If the slower pace didn't work and you started getting a little bit overwhelmed by Skylar intercepting you in the air, then might as well pull the trigger on those buttons a little bit earlier and make Skylar uncomfortable by forcing them off of the spot.
Dude, I really gotta talk about how much of a meta-defining option it is for Diddy Kong to cancel their peanut pop gun these days. Because it is so good for aerial movement. Like, you hop in with your monkey flip, you get that really fast movement, and then you B-reverse it, and you keep the momentum too, and then you land with it, and you can shield cancel the move. It is insane what Diddy Kong can do to apply pressure off of that. It's ridiculous. And it's something I've been loving about Tweak watching them. And on top of that, that down tilt may not be as good as it was in Smash 4, but it is still all reliable. It's not an air clap, it's a clap on the ground, and then into the kick in the face with the monkey toes, brother.
Yeah, caught him with DIing away, which is, I mean, that's the way you want to DI it. You don't want to get killed even earlier with the down tilt into up smash, but always got to be prepped to react to the situation and react to both getting hit and react to getting the hit and getting hit. You DI'd the down tilt right, but you weren't prepped for the follow-up to DI the back air just a little bit late. Game & Watch cannot have those errors in DI because, hey, you mentioned it right a little bit earlier, 5th lightest character in the game, there's very little room for error when Game & Watch gets hit.
Yeah, thank you for correcting me on that, by the way. Yeah, he is the 5th lightest character in the game. Actually, I thought he was 3rd, but I could be mistaken there. I will admit, though, I think that down tilt to back air combo is kind of like Rob up air, just in 2 separate moves. Because you gotta DI out so that you don't get hit by up smash, but then you gotta DI in so you don't die from the back air.
You know, there's something funny? We're both wrong. He's 4th lightest.
Wow! Man, we suck at our jump. Oh, yeah, he's 4th behind Pichu, then Squirtle, and Jigglypuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, excuse me. How did we mess that up so badly? Yeah.
How did we get here?
These guys should stop hiring us, I'm just saying. Anyway, back to the match.
And back
to fearing for our employment. We are going to be looking at the Smash pick. And now, you know that Game & Watch loves this stage because they can shark really nicely under that middle platform and then get you in the air super easily and get nice extensions off that platform. It's a higher ceiling too, so that you don't die quite as early. Not that that really matters as Game & Watch, who is the 4th lightest character in the game. And, you know, the short blast zones make it really easy for edge guards too. I think this is a good pick for Skylar.
And I like how Jumbo Jack's been recovering, though, relying on those barrels. It's a great pick for Skylar because he's holding this ledge trap for exactly forever. But Jumbo Jack's been doing a great job getting back to ledge and keeping the threat alive. That banana on stage, you still have to respect. And it's not like your damage is minimal. Both of them nearing those kill percents, and any single interaction on center stage could mean a stock based on how potent both players have been ledge trapping thus far, and we saw all of that in game 1 of Jumbo Jack finding a couple down tilts, but the get up back good, well timed on Skylar.
Oh man, okay, there's that F tilt finally take the stock. That move is so good considering how fast it is. It is about as strong as Roy and Crom's F tilt. And if we're putting a move in that same category, it's pretty strong as well. But Diddy Kong's has a kill power on it as well. Get him in the monkey double fist.
Yeah, I love the realization that move is crazy, and the realization that Diddy, you almost need to DI Diddy combos in the corner, because if you find a combo ending in down air, even at mid percents, that down air is so strong.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect it either because it's on a smaller character. Generally, the stronger spikes are like, okay, Ganondorf, like Samus's has a pretty deceptively strong one too. Falcon, Diddy Kong's got like that coil back into the double slam that he goes for. Like you really gotta think twice about getting hit by a nair or a down throw or anything. You gotta DI constantly. You can't get lazy with it in this matchup.
No. Diddy Kong has a lot of crazy DI traps. Oh, and getting in just before that up smash too. That was crazy layered. We gotta see how we're really getting to see how Jumbo Jack is just finding ways to get out of the corner, but by doing it in just the most ballsy ways sometimes. Like, I'm gonna challenge moves that most Game & Watch players just don't think you'll challenge.
That's the thing about being in an opponent's mental. Sometimes the bad options are actually the good ones.
Carrier Ghost.
Oh, he got the banana. He did it. Right off the ledge.
He did the thing.
Skylar out of the air. Yeah, he did the thing, dude. Oh my god, he wants to do it again. Oh my god, he did do it again.
That spike almost killed. And spikes raise the floor as well. Getting hit by those could be a death sentence at any percent, especially if you hit a splash screen. I mean, Skylar's got that crazy recovery with Game & Watch, but suddenly it's just Jumbo Jack realizing, oh yeah, it's time for me to kill you if you can put yourself into the corner. This place isn't safe.
Yeah, you're never ever safe when Diddy Kong has more stage than you, because if they have more stage, they have more options.
The barrels kind of get intercepted by the platform, the safety using that on Skylar's part as we find this nair, which should mean a solid bit of damage. 42, missing all of those up airs, not able to complete the frame trap off of the neutral air dodge. Still 42% is far from bad, and now 50, this game is reaching to its even state. Getting by with a couple rolls.
Oh, he got the reflector. Oh my god. Oh, I did sweet spot though, because he was still in his get up attack animation. That could have been the game, Uble, and we could have been going to a game 3 here. But Jumbo Jack just barely holding on for dear life to survive that one. But he's gonna get reflected again.
Another get up attack, and you gotta wonder if you like run up shield, maybe it will be the difference that he manages to get in that situation again. But it's hard to repeat a situation twice, let alone 3 times. And hey, it's not often Skylar gets a hand on their banana, and you see Jumbo Jack playing it very close to the chest with this peel. As the clock is starting to dwindle, you're not going to see a timeout. We have plenty of time for these players just to wait each other out, and at 141, there's that P-reverse momentum that is so good with this character mixing up with the monkey flip. Gets another roll on with the down tilt poke, just missing. That should do it. No, great DI.
It did. It got the shockwave, but not quite the kill screen. And right now, we're seeing the taxation of the mental game wearing on both of these players right now. They're both going for options that are too strong and ill-advised at the same time. They want this thing to be over. They want to either go to the next match or they want to go home. And right now, Skylar does not want to go home. He's forcing a Game 3 situation here in this set. I think that was about 5 minutes and 30 seconds of match time, but it was a nail biter through and through.
Yeah, it was just slugging back and forth, and the Achilles heel. This gimmick, this trap that Diddy players do, where they flip the banana up and it lands on stage when they get to re-grab ledge for free potentially. It's like fine, but at a high percent situation, you're risking a re-grab against a character that has no trouble punishing re-grabs. Like that's a lot to gamble with that. Yeah, he's gonna get hit by this banana before in a final stock last hit situation like that, and hey, he risked it in that game 2 and sending him into game 3.
Yeah, and another thing, there's a lot of history between these players. I'd like to mention the fact that Skylar and Jumbo Jack were actually former roommates for about a year plus, and they played every single tournament in the scene during the Smash 4 days. So they go way, way, way back.
That's a long time. That's a lot of games to be going back and forth like that. And another chapter in the history books will be resolved in this game 3. These best of 3 sets concluding on a new stage. Old book, but new chapters still getting written.
Yeah, man. So, Small Battlefield, kind of a newer stage. It's one of the few stages that's like come into the meta and has like had a firm foothold ever since it got here. Because, you know, we're still deciding on the legality of Hollow Bastion, we're still deciding on the legality of Northern Cave, but we're opting kind of against it because Alice does the same thing without the epilepsy one.
And walls.
And
Smile.
yeah, and walls. Which, why would you give Pikachu a stage that good? But anyway, I digress. And, you know, Small Battlefield has been kind of like, it's basically small PS2, honestly.
In a way, and in not. Because small PS2, like, biplats are, of course, a great platform layout, but the fact that it is so much more condensed makes it play so much differently. Like, Pokemon Stadium 2, you can play the clock even if you're not playing the timeout. On Small Battlefield, you can't really do that. There is not much room between center stage and those platforms, so characters like Diddy Kong can exude that much pressure over this whole corner of the stage without having to worry about more than what they're given. As that time, the spacing was just right for the banana into down smash, getting the sweet spot on what he was knowing was a buffered get-up attack.
Yeah, dude. And, you know, another thing I want to mention here is that on this stage, you can shark and ledge trap at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Which is something you can only do on Battlefield also. And, yeah. And another thing about Diddy Kong, you know, Palutena's got like 50-50 combos where you either get up aired or you get like back aired. Diddy Kong has like 25, 25, 25, 25, where you can down tilt into up smash, or you can down tilt into back air, you can down tilt into forward air, you can down tilt into like whatever. And you need to be very, very cognizant of which way you're DIing at any given moment.
Oh yeah, so you gotta stay vigilant against a character like this who, I mean, Diddy Kong is a weird character to kind of rate, as he seems to get better as the character against him is better. But missing the down air off of that nair combo, and the stage is proving its dividends, right? It's Diddy Kong able to exert a lot more control. Monkey Flip can cover basically the entire stage. He still has no trouble landing, and the gap in the center prevents the problems that the Smashville platform was providing Jumbo Jack in this game, in Game 2. And we're seeing the results pay off. 126 to 75, a full stock lead. David Watch has a crazy X factor that is random on top of kill setups like that. So it's not over, but Diddy Kong's a tempo character that exerts control by playing neutral and has wicked out shield options like that to bring it home.
Yes, sir. It's sealing the deal there with that up smash. You know, get up attack, really good option from the ledge. If your opponent is already committed to doing something that isn't shield, if they are doing nothing, they got a frame one option that puts you in so much end lag after you hit that move that it is a free punish guaranteed. And, you know, I could see Skylar's, you know, thought process there. He's like, oh, he's committed to banana, but he just didn't do it soon enough. So shield was barely up in time, and then, excuse me, I don't know why I'm burping so much. It's my Thanksgiving leftovers, I think. And he goes for the up smash. How's my Thanksgiving? It was really good. My stepmom and my dad are great cooks, and if you followed my Twitter, I made the green bean casserole, and it was awesome.
Shout out.
I am the green bean casserole god. And why do people hate green bean casserole? That's all I'm saying. Hang on, let's get serious for a moment. Okay, Smash can wait. Green bean casserole is awesome. Why don't you guys like it? I'm mad at you. Why?
It's food. I eat food. It's good.
I like food. Yeah, see,
a well-made food Doesn't matter what it is. It's still well made and it can be tasty. With a couple exceptions, of course, taste fluctuates. But green beans aren't that like they're staples. They're pretty good.
Yeah, high in iron and fiber content, so it's really good for you. And then you got all of your cream of mushroom to like make the flavors a little bit better.
Ooh.
You got your grilled onions, or like those little onion bites that you put in things. Of course,
crispy onions.
I put a little soy sauce in mine,
Shallots.
so you get a little bit of a soy kick, because soy sauce with greens is like amazing. I will never ever have broccoli without soy sauce again, because soy sauce is just
I feel that.
is that good. And then it pairs really well with the mushroom and everything. And then obviously go a little bit heavier on the pepper than you do the salt. So you get that nice texture. Yeah.
Yeah, and the soy's already salty since you're adding it, so like you're not trying to over salt it, because a salty anything is it's hard.
Well,
but
again, I do have the benefit of being from Maryland, so even if I oversalted it, they'd be just fine with that, because Old Bay is a staple here.
Yeah, that's right.
If you prefer Old Bay in your green bean casserole, that's fine. It's a good substitute. I just I tend to prefer that for my crabs, but let's talk about some cool events coming up in Arizona. We're going to move away from Thanksgiving and take you to Christmas!
Ooh.
For Smash the Halls Ascension in this December edition on December 18th. It's a Saturday. We got Ultimate Singles and Doubles, and it's the biggest regional in the Southwest, so definitely show up to that, because you got some awesome Smash action. And in terms of our awesome side events that SAK puts on, we got a White Elephant side event, which has 60 players per White Elephant group. You can steal gifts from each other by playing games, and you got $5 entry, which is going to go towards the extra gifts. It's going to be so awesome. I wish I could be there, and I hope you guys could be there as well. But getting into this, we got a couple of the headband boys going at it. It's Rensley versus Frost for winners quarterfinals. Winner of this gets to play against B-Rice, who just 2-0 Jinx for the opportunity to play in winners semifinals. So this is going to be a clash of the ages, I think.
Yeah, just exactly where you want to see it. A top 8 qualifier where potentially money and more is on the line, not just the placing. And a battle of the Fire Emblem starts with the OG. This Ike showing why he is still a force to be reckoned with, even as Roy popularity continues to blaze.
Yeah, especially in Arizona, who did adhere, as well as everything that comes with his in-depth naming process that goes into dealing with some of these combos. I didn't mean to accidentally insult you, brother. But look, Rensley, I think opportunism runs in the veins of the Krupp clan, because Rensley taking a stock at 60 against Frost, who is one of the best defensive stalwarts in the scene today, is ridiculously huge for him going through.
Well, and we're finding these upbeats at shield. The reason that Roy just keeps going to battle, going to 5 flats and Battlefield for things like that. Oh man, you gave me hiccups talking about that green bean casserole, man.
Make you think about the good stuff.
Oh baby, and it is Frost showing up the good stuff of Roy. All this tech chasing and the missed tech as well. Is he gonna go off? No, you're just playing around on that platform a little bit too much, but he keeps the advantage going.
Yeah, he's gonna get clipped by that ether, but it's not gonna land on stage, so he's fine for another day. But that roll catch from Rensley is so nice, and he's gonna be going for the extra stuff on top. Going for a little bit of stuffing after the turkey, but it was not in the cards. Right now, Frost is maintaining a good percentage where they could be dying soon. This is Ike we're talking about, and yeah, F-tilt, bad DI, or maybe not because of the rage. It will be killing from center stage.
Yeah, he still has to worry now about taking this stock. We know that Frost and Roy can swing a lot, but he's getting sour spots where he exactly doesn't want them. Yet catching with that up air, you always want to be catching any Ike jumping. Don't let them fall down with aerials. And Rensley is doing a great job of compensating for that, falling down and keeping out these tilts, using jabs and F-tilt after F-tilt after F-tilt. Give me my space, respect my bubble, or else you will certainly pay for it. And hey, looks Frost is he's paying his dues.
Yeah, he's got to eat his lumps right now. Man, this is super close. We're getting down to the wire, and both these characters have dummy kill confirmed, but I'm sorry, they both have counters on stage as well. If you get your recovery flipped out by one of those, can't do much. Guaranteed kill confirm in certain situations, and in that situation at that high percent, yeah, I'm sorry, sucker, you're gonna have to hold that one.
Yeah, it's a rough spot, and it's the reason that you see Roy players like mix up their recoveries. Like the better Roy players kind of compensate for that. Not to say that Frost is bad by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, he's amazing.
But we can all fall. I mean, this happens to everybody, including the upper echelon, like top players. You get a little bit lazy with your recovery. Don't expect them to come on stage. You do your normal like flowchart recovery round, and you get blown up by a counter for it. With Roy and with many other characters, you have to be cognizant of just knowing when to recover high, which is a scary thing to do at high percent. The endless 50-50 that comes with, can I run off and counter off stage and kill you at any percent? For Rensley, you guessed right.
Yeah, dude. And hey, we're going to be seeing a little bit of lower percent kills this match because, again, this is Town and City, and that's a 0 to death from Rensley. The side platforms and the blast zones don't even matter. It's all about that true either spike, but Frost is trying to get a little bit of the tear teeth of his own, and there's a counter. Can he make this back? Rensley can! And that's a 0 to death too! Both of these guys going tit for tat right now in the early seconds of this match.
Not again. Okay, the early upbeat that time, messing with the timing a little bit more. And, I mean, besides the explosive start, this is an extremely good stage for Roy. We're seeing part of those reasons, those side blast zones, the tech chasing, all of that over the place, going for, again, for the giant beat, and the consistency on getting that. I really like to see the changing of the spacing, acknowledging the DI that Rensley has been going for, and he's got the timing for that on lock, and is able to make up for the ridiculous start that Rensley got off to.
I do, and again, I love Frost so much because, again, I mentioned he was a defensive stalwart. He is unbreakable. Nobody gets into this guy's head except for Schroeder Ame. But Schroeder Ame's got years of a high-level conditioning experience. But, dude, Frost, even he does not sweat when he's in those situations. He knows that Roy is the tool that can actually help him get through this. And now, he is opting to go for the Roy more now. He was always a Chrom main. He always preferred the Chrom. He probably still does in certain matchups, but he's been trying to get better with the Roy, which is probably why we're seeing so many sour spot hits, because he's still trying to figure out the spacing specifically for all these moves. And yeah, a couple tech chases, not going to seal the deal just yet, but a ton of damage there. And yeah, catches that landing with the F-tilt on Town and City. That is curtains.
The reason you ban Town and City against Roy. Things like F-tilt is just another safer F-smash in a lot of ways on this stage. On any stage, but on Town and City especially, as we see a nice little tech roll in, catching that with a sweet spot jab. Great stuff from Frost. Closes it out. It's interesting that you bring up like the Chrom and the Roy, because Chrom is a character that you play a lot of neutral, and everything flows together like, and pardon the pun, flows together like a river, like able to combine everything into one seamless motion, like getting the aerial side beats and all the falling up airs, chaining fair up air, all that good stuff. But Roy, he does a lot of the same stuff, but it's like he did it when lightning strikes, and that honestly makes all the difference with the character, because you have that edge that able to blow up characters and take away games that are close that sometimes Chrom would give away.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, having that little bit of extra kill power specifically in this matchup, and, Ike's a big guy, so those sweet spots are a little bit easier to hit too. But having that bit of extra kill power goes a long way in a matchup like this. But we're on Battlefield here for game number 3. Rensley secured, counter pick advantage. And yeah, getting those platformer extensions to hit those up airs is going to be enormous for Rensley if he wants those early kills off the top.
Oh, I like how Rensley's playing around Frost a little bit. Frost kind of getting content in shield, and now we're seeing some double jumps, some empty landing mix-ups coming out from Rensley. That's what we want to see more from Frost. Take a couple of early swings, don't let him play around your shield like it's for free. Find those openings when he gives them to you without, getting to do the best part of his game plan. Oh, missing that down air.
Yeah, and I think Rensley might be trying to do take a little bit of notes from his brother's book to try to go for those 2-point down airs. But they're just not quite landing as what you would like to. But what is going to land is that Nair up air. Still a classic move, still a kill confirm, still works just as well as it did before. I don't even know what those nerfs did.
They didn't nerf up air, that's for sure. That move is still a house.
Yes. My house, actually. I live there.
Oh, nice.
If you ever want to come visit, man, I will make you some cookies.
Yo.
You don't know about
Oh!
Whoa, did you see it? Oh my god, Rensley is a genius, dude. He's turned it around so he didn't get countered. This kid is a genius.
He's got the brain to hold it all, and that up tilt, the spacing on up tilt, and still trying to grab after. Oh, the turnaround. He's putting together a second stop comeback of the century, trying to pull back this game into his favor. The trade is not going to do him any favors. 140 keeps the nair going, rocking down to an empty full hop and double jump. That shield is looking mighty low, but just pulling the trigger a little bit too soon, and he's a sweet spot backer out of shield. Rensley, after all of those amazing plays, still finds himself a stock behind, but maybe not for long. These downers are all over the place, and the F-tilt punishing again another shield grab. Gotta be careful, Frost.
This set could only end this way, and he was going for it all there. You saw him coil up for that ether. He wanted to go for it, but fortunately the multi-hit of that Roy Blazer is going to help him a little bit there. But yeah, I've been seeing a lot. Oh my god, can he make that back? He can. No 2 frames from Frost either. I'm going to shut up now because I've been seeing a lot of empty pressure from Rensley, a lot of dash-ins on shield and stuff. But Frost right now, having the low ground is so good for him. He's going to get that back air off stage. What's Rensley going to do? He's going to do a side B back, but Frost is going to shield it, get another back air. Rensley back in the corner. He's going to try to go over the top, and he's not going to do it. Frost is relentless with his pressure right now.
It just keeps on coming. But Rensley finds it opening and goes for it again and run off stage. But there is the Ike matchup classic. Just running straight in. You know Ike wants to pull hop. You know Ike wants to play around these platforms. You know Rensley has been doing a ton of empty full hops, trying to bait you into running up and holding shield. Don't let him do that. Smack him right out of the air and make this set yours.
Dude, I love watching these guys play. Oh my god. I wish this was Grands, honestly, because these two are so good at those micro adaptations, and there's that sweet style versus strong style that these guys keep bringing to the table. They can do both at any given moment. The clutch factor of Frost, the resourcefulness and opportunism of Rensley. It is poetry. It's beautiful. I love to see it. And we got Naga cheering on his boy in the chat. And and Rensley's brother giving him a little bit of criticism. How you doing, Asatil? It's good to see you tonight, brother.
Yeah,
our Tri-State brother. We've completed the trifecta. We've got PA, we've got Jersey, and then we've got upstate New York with Naga. So, you know, we're all here tonight to help out the Arizona scene. A deep-rooted country connection between our couple of scenes together here.
You have to see it. I mean, you have to see, like, the fact that it's a game that brings together multiple states overarching, and there could be even multiple games. I know I am a big in the rival scene, huge fan of that game, and Arizona has one of the biggest rival scenes in the games for the game period. They just had a major in Heatwave, which was sick. Love to watch that. Shout outs to Cake Assault, and Jersey Boar ends up going out there and winning that. Also, Forest Burn Hype. Any excuse I get to talk about Rivals, sorry.
Dude, you know, have you ever casted Rivals?
Yes.
Can you teach me the ropes, please? Because I really want to learn it. It looks fun, and it looks like something I would enjoy casting a lot.
Oh, it's great.
All right, bro. Yeah. Put it here. Let's do it. Thank you, brother.
Clients.
All right. So now we've got Krupp in a singles environment, and I am terrified to see what this man is actually going to do. So we're going to look at the bracket here. Our top 5 of winner side is figured out. Winner semis. Our first set, obviously on stream right now, Krupp, Jumbo Jack, and then Frost beating Rensley sets up for Frost versus B-Rice. So we got a couple of the usual suspects and Jumbo Jack in the attendance. And Jumbo Jack doesn't really attend these things too often. When he does, he always puts on a show, and it is always fun to see. Now he's contending with the number 2 on the current SAK. I had some phlegm in my throat there, sorry. On the current SAK standings, and it is not difficult to see why this guy is ranked so high. But Jumbo Jack is probably vying for a higher position himself after coming out of a little bit of a hiatus in such a big way, and is already putting 61% unanswered onto Krupp.
Oh, and gets the banana toss for it as well. What an answer coming out from Krupp. 61 of his own. Getting back to center, just same with that monkey flip. finally look for some runoff platform stuff. I like Jumbo Jack's creativity with his offense. He knows the bread and butters and is willing to extend from them. And I think that's really important when two players to learn about advantage. It's not just get, grab, do combo, rinse, repeat. You gotta learn how to flow off of your finishers, and that's where Diddy Kong can be amazing at that, on top of having a pretty good out of shield option to bait those jumps, anti-airing on the platform. Extra nice.
A departure from tradition is commonly amongst all, facets of art, be it sports, be it actual art, be it music, is always a huge risk. But when somebody does it well, it is always a sight to see, and Jumbo Jack is doing just that here tonight, and he is making a statement here against one of the best in the scene today.
You always have to worry about this Diddy Kong. You always have to worry about Jumbo Jack, it seems like. Oh, except when he's air dodging and looking to, I think, catch his banana, but make it back onto stage. Unfortunate for him. Ultimate ledge physics are a little bit wonky, so, oof. Luckily, he's able to roll with the punches. But giving Krupp a chance never seems to be a good thing. A Falcon with a little bit of momentum, a little bit ahead of steam, terrifying thing.
Yeah, 100%. And again, Krupp with a little head of steam, even more terrifying. Because again, we keep talking about the Krupp brothers' opportunism. And again, the Krupp brother, who is the namesake, is Krupp, and he is absolutely showing that right now. He took him to 90% out of literally a blink of an eye. And with that rage on Falcon, one of these stronger options will be killing in a moment's notice against a character like Diddy Kong.
Catching a lot of these up airs, which made up for a ton of this damage. Yet that rising back air, clean stuff from Jumbo Jack, trying to keep his feet intact. And Diddy Kong's a character that can snowball. Banana play, setting up for free starters. That can get into your head a little bit. I like the little bit of dash dancing Krupp is doing. Like full stage. Acknowledge that the pacing that Diddy Kong plays that is a little bit wonky, but you gotta be careful with your DI and careful with your defensive options, because getting out of that corner was tough, but reversing the situation, not tough at all. That down tilt covering and landing so well. Krupp holding on to the deficit, able to keep it close, trying to dash attack a little bit of the starter, and a Jumbo Jack gets a dash attack of his own.
You mentioned several times earlier on in the night that Diddy Kong is a tempo character, and right now Krupp is trying not to be shaken up by the speed at which Jumbo Jack is playing. But, being tripped by those bananas is really forcing him to drop a couple of combos. Did he just hit double down air? Did I see that right? Again, Krupp is a poet in his own right as well. We keep talking about Jumbo Jack definitely maintaining a good sense of the meta while also diverging at certain points as well. And Krupp is just doing that in spades as well. These guys are... I'm so happy that this is a best of 5 set, because I love seeing so much of players like this.
Today we learned this is a best of 5, and today we remembered that down tilt up smash is still a thing. Still have to respect that, and on a fast follower like Falcon, oftentimes you can't just hold away. You have to hold down and away and try and force a tech situation, which Diddy Kong is still pretty good in, but not good enough to hold. Still has to be ready for those spots. Because Diddy Kong is not going to let those go for free, and Jumbo Jack isn't going to let a stock go without closing it out. Because he can't let those go against Krupp, given how frequent Krupp stormed back from massive percent deficits. Those stocks are going to matter if he wants to play that game in games 2 and beyond.
Yeah. Now, you don't have a lot of experience watching Krupp, but what Krupp can do at the ledge is downright terrifying. And in that situation, Jumbo Jack was like, I gotta do something about him being at ledge or I'm not gonna win this match. And he threw up the banana at the perfect angle, exactly where Krupp was just down airing in place, and caught him with that, gave him a free pass back on stage, and then was able to hit follow-ups out of that. That banana is so indicative of tempo and control in any matchup, but it's also getting me out of jail, getting me back into a position where I can come back and win the match. And that is exactly what it did. Jumbo Jack did not blink in the face of that pressure. He instead made that pressure into a weakness for Jumbo Jack and exploited it to an amazing effect. As we're going to be seeing in Game 2, this will develop as the set continues.
That ledge play is always going to keep on coming up. Finds the air.
Does it again.
That's so good.
My God, Jumbo Jack he knows what kind of a statement beating Krupp would do for him right now. And he is playing like it is his last night on Earth.
I'm only able to find a Nair finisher. It's true combo though. misses the forward air, misses the knee, but he is still pressuring, still trying to find stuff. That shield is mighty small, and I like Jumbo Jack. Just time to get out of there, get out of dodge, and hopefully get a little bit of time to refresh your shield and just refresh your, just to catch your breath, because it is, Krupp is on him all over as the he was gone. He is deleted, eviscerated, evaporated. All of the aids that you can think of. That knee is not going to let him slide.
I have never seen a player, I keep saying this every time he's on the team, I never see a player that is that good at sniping out recoveries. Because Captain Krupp constantly, every single time I see him play, hits a new recovery in a new way with a new move that is devastating. He need a barrel. Who does that?
Hey, throwing out random knees actually makes the hitbox bigger. Clam fact for you.
I guess it's a clam. I miss Clam so much. If you see him again, tell him I miss him.
I will, for sure.
Thank you. So, dude, I mean, this is where it gets super tense, especially when you, whenever there's a banana out. But right now, Krupp has been doing. He's like, "That's my banana. I like potassium, not you."
Oh, and gets another one. Is holding onto that peel. I guess all. Do you eat your bananas with your peels on or off? And Krupp is a peel kind of guy, but so can be Jumbo Jack. Getting that Z-drop banana, missing the knee after a good air dodge direction as well, getting right to ledge.
Yeah,
needs to get a
that
start.
spike there, that was shades of Captain Krupp at the ledge that we saw Jumbo Jack pull out. So he's pulling out all the stops in this one. And he's going to be monkey flipping into that backer. He's off stage again. Makes it back with the barrels. And now we see an opportunity for a combo. But again, Krupp's just going to maintain his stalwart defense, shield the banana, get it out. But then again, him committing to an option forces him into a whip punish situation where the combo is all in Jumbo Jack's favor. Jumbo Jack is at that rage percent though. Then again, one strong hit from Captain Krupp in the corner could be sealing the deal here.
Yeah, there's so many ways that Diddy Kong can combo with this bike. With that falling Nair specifically, that's what he was looking for. He was looking for Nair to dare to kill him at 84. But I feel like they change Falcon Kick and Raptor Boost just every so often. They'll just decide, hey, what if this move was like really good in Smash 4? It was Raptor Boost. You could Raptor Boost out of the corner, and it was a killing move with a little bit of armor. And that was just what it was, and you had to respect it. In this game, that's Falcon Kick. Falcon Kick just kind of kills you now. Surprise! And that's still something you have to respect, even with it being so known. If you're trying to look for falling aerials to snap out neutral get-ups, a missed timing means you're catching this DP out of the corner.
See, I'm glad you brought that up, because I was literally just about to bring that up, and you stole exactly what I wanted to say about the move. It's good. It's good now, but like again, it pretty much has the same function as Raptor Boost, with the effect of being a little bit faster too. But Jumbo Jack right now does not have the same Diddy Kong either that was back in Smash 4. And honestly, right now, he's making this new one look even better and more impressive in certain situations.
It's all. I feel like this matchup and this of these two players is all about how you start. Like, you need to start strong in order to stave off an important comeback. And while Captain Krupp did it more on the second stock, it was rather even for the first stock, gaining that little bit of a lead ends up mattering so much more in the late game, because you don't want to have to push to come back. You want to have these players fall into your arms and play into your game plan, which is all about options, it's all about coverage, and it's all about risk versus reward. And that one was signature Krupp, if what you're telling me is correct, but maybe a little bit too much risk.
Well, from what I'm starting to discern, that was signature Jumbo Jack as well. Playing these ballsy options off stage to try to mix up your opponent in such a way that they aren't ready, and getting a kill with the initial hit of the barrels. Yeah, that seems like you're turning your opponent's strength against them, and that is something that Diddy Kong does well, and Jumbo Jack does even better.
For sure. Oh, he's looking for the tech roll in, as hey, many a player are looking for that. It's the buffered F smashes. We'll love to see Krupp just. You play for the punish that you want to get, not for the punish that you do get. And speaking of punishes that you do get, misses the down air ever so slightly. The ledge snap just enough on the Falcon dive. They made that move so good now. Like, not just as an out of shield option, but as a recovery. It's like, it's good now.
Yeah, but you want to talk about moves that they made good as well. That peanut pop gun actually having a viable part in the meta game is ridiculous, because that has never happened before in any Smash game that Diddy Kong's been in. He's been in 3. This is the first one, other than I guess PM, which it's the first game that's been Nintendo released that this character has a viable option in that neutral beat. It's good for movement, it's good for canceling, it's good for mixing up pressures instead of using banana. Now you have a different projectile that like knocks your opponent around too. It is such a departure from what we're used to seeing. I am so here for Diddy Kong being a mainstay in the meta of this game, and a nice tech from Jumbo Jack to help him live that, but he's not going to get a follow-up out of that down tilt.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about a mix-up from previous games. We're seeing the mix-ups all over the place today. These vortexes coming out from Captain Crump are so sneaky, but that same being that air dodge, just enough defensive play to get by and survive at 155, 166 now. That F-tilt sniping him out as more barrels keep on keeping on.
Oh no, but he's in the corner. He did have a recap, and he got the footstool too! Jumbo Jack, you madman! You did that to Crump?
Oh, B reverse to the pop gun so you could turn around and get the banana toss. Oh, that's such a clean little bit of movement, as it's so hard to keep track of Jumbo Jack and find these important hits. Even at 174, all it'll take is like a strong hit dash attack, but that's the trick. How do you hit Diddy Kong? How do you, if Jumbo Jack is playing on point, you're not going to hit him with something that matters until you force the envelope, until you push the envelope a little bit, and forcing the initiative is incredibly scary. So facing out these back airs on the corner, though, is a consistent thing that Falcon can keep on doing and keep on holding on to. 58 now, this is not a lead if Captain Crump has anything to say about it.
Yeah, and this is the witching hour of the set as Crump takes the lead back, because I gotta tell ya, the winner of this flex game has a huge advantage going forward the rest of the set. They have counter pick advantage if they choose to go to another stage, but they also have one game of a safety cushion that they can do, but that down tilt from Crump is going to be sealing the deal. 75%, not quite going to that high percent. They did a good job of staying in advantage, making sure Jumbo Jack did not have a solid foothold in that last instance of the game. And yeah, he was off stage at any given moment, and whenever he landed, he was meeting a punish. He was getting put off stage again. And man, I gotta tell ya, Crump getting this lead is absolutely scary in the set count, because we're going to whatever stage Jumbo Jack felt like. I'm assuming it's gonna be PS2 again. And now things get scary, because you're playing against the number 2 in the league, number 1 seed of the evening. And he is playing like a ball of hot fire. And sometimes what you're doing that is supposed to mix him up, he is not falling for. So Jumbo Jack needs to hunker down, deal with this offense effectively, and keep reverting back to giving these mix-ups some fun.
Yeah, and it's interesting to watch Crump like use his mix-ups more as blanket options rather than just timing, because he's throwing out a lot of moves really quickly, and there's a lot of high-profile moves you have to worry about with Falcon. You have to worry about these knees, these up airs, jab being frame 2, like all that good stuff. But the way that Crump has been using things like F-tilt, angling it upward and downward to stuff out monkey flips, so using down tilt, as we saw in the last game, to pressure 2-frame, and these horizontal recoveries that Jumbo Jack has been doing with rather frequency. More than your fair share of Falcon kicks are just kind of written off as bad move at high level. Like, it's interesting to watch, because it's not just him mixing up when and how. It's not just mixing up when he's doing things, it's mixing up the move he's doing at all, which is just so many different looks that you have to put yourself and get ready for, and just so much brain capacity that takes to remember.
Yeah, and a lot of these old mix-ups that we've been seeing Jumbo Jack opt for are not working anymore. I've seen twice now him use that down B off stage to try to trip up Crump, who's ledge trapping. Now Crump is catching those bananas and using them as his own. And I think Jumbo Jack needs to just think about things, say, okay, no, I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm not going to keep giving you the option. And right there, you see, they actually baited him out to go grab the banana, but it was off stage, and he was able to get a monkey flip punish there. I think once Jumbo Jack recognizes these options and finds counterplay for the counterplay, he's in a good position.
Yeah, he's in a tight spot right now, but it's building together slowly, and the more that he uses this the more effectively he's able to use banana peel, which is more of just an execution thing, not letting Krupp get a hold of his banana too frequently, that's when we can see this set start to change as the gentleman comes in. That shield was mighty low, but it looks like Krupp was not looking for the shield because he does that again. He's doing it again. Getting away with it, and if you get away with it, then it was a good option all along.
Yeah. I mean, this is Rage on the Diddy Kong, so one of these kills could be happening sooner. Man, did you think that the barrels were going to come down in the last second and hit that during the monkey flip? Because I certainly did.
I've seen enough rivers. Arrow Technician is in the blood. It's in the blood of all Diddy Kong players. It's the secret tech that they don't want you to know.
Yeah, it's super important to understand how to use that move well. But right now, Krupp is in a situation where they need to go high, they get backward, and now Jumbo Jack has forced it into a last stock situation, but Krupp comes out swinging in a big way, 75%, 87%, 89% with the magnifying glass damage, and now you're in the corner as Diddy Kong against Falcon, against Krupp, and he's going to go for a down throw back air, looking like Palutena in this building, taking that game and the set, 3-1, Krupp advances to winners finals.
That was pretty good. Just all in all. Like, just flat out, like, this, you just got hit with the Falcon staple, which is you're up a whole stock, and then you die to an edge guard. How do you answer? Well, I'm just going to answer by doing some Falcon ladders, some consistent bread and butters, reset on the platform a couple times, get a little edge guard, and then you're so concerned about getting hit by a massive finisher, like, or something that you won't have to DI with Nair, where if you DI it wrong, then suddenly you're dead. Oh, you DI'd in my down throw. You're dead. Take my hand.
Dude. Those mix-ups are so brutal as well because
so much, and it's so quick too.
Yeah, when somebody has a DI mix-up on you into a kill option, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. And again,
it's a lot.
Krupp can think interchangeably on the fly like that. It is a treat to watch this man play. It is my genuine pleasure to get to commentate players like him. He is one in a million, I think, this guy, and I do love very much what he brings to the table. So he's going to the next round, but Jumbo Jack not out of it yet. They are in the losers bracket. They got a hell of a lot of jungling to do down there because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they need to be playing against Rensley in losers quarters, who just 2-0 Jinx in their first match of top 8. And the loser of this next set between Frost and V-Rise will be playing against the winner of RDNA and Skylar. But, getting ahead of myself, Frost and V-Rise is obviously up first. And in terms of long-term set count, I think V-Rise is heavily favored in this one.
Yeah, I would not know immediately offhand, but the way that V-Rise was playing prior in the set that we saw them on stream is frightening to say the least. It was just a complete domination of the player SAK 16, which, I mean, that's rough going for anybody just to get what looked effectively to be a 3-stock and then a 2-stock. But we're in top 8 now, and we're at the pinnacle of what could be a potential massive weakness for Isabel, a character that can break through the zone very quickly, and Roy with a head of steam is a character to fear at all times against all characters, against all players. But he also has a secure disjoint. Even with those sour spots, a disjoint is still a disjoint that can give Isabel a little bit of help.
Yes, now, I just want to throw this out to you, my friend. In the set count currently, Frost is 2 for 4 against V-Rise. So V-Rise has a 66% win rate over this guy. And overall, V-Rise is toting a 77% win rate across all of their events ever played. So, this guy is no one to be trifled with, to tell you that.
No, not at all. I mean, Isabel, low-tier mains find ways to get W's, and Roy is one of those characters that can just be exploited. It's not for... there's like matchup things that you can always do against Roy, edge guarding consistently, taking advantage of sour spots, all that good stuff. That make Roy arguably one of the better top tiers to play against, because you can blow him up for being a fast faller, for his delicious combo weight, for his easy edge guarding. He's easy to cheese.
Damn right, yeah. especially with a recovery like that too. And B-Rice is so good at playing a very annoying kind of style around the player. Again, I'm not one to do this, to say this, because I'm not playing against them, but man, B-Rice plays in such an oppressive way that it feels like you are starved for options a lot of the time, especially when he is in advantage. So you need to be wicked careful at any given moment around playing against B-Rice, because at any given moment, they can just turn on a switch and all of a sudden be in killer attack dog mode, or hang back and wait for you to make a mistake.
It's going to be on Frost to be able to abandon a little bit of that usual game plan, that like dash in, dash back, like platform play, because you need to hunt down B-Rice and force him off his spot. Letting B-Rice sit there and be comfortable, regardless of how that is, comfortable on offense, comfortable on defense, all the same. You need to force him off of that modus operandi and into something that Roy is more accustomed to, which is this, honestly. Just using that insane initial dash, the threat of quick buttons, the threat of kill setups. Still got fell into the back throw, but he's playing the matchup pretty well off of a rough start.
Right, yeah. Again, Frost is unshakable in their mental game a lot. So that's going to be put to the test here against B-Rice, who has taken him through the ringer a couple times, if our past knowledge is any indication. But I got to be real with you, man. He's doing okay. He's got a light character in his face. He's playing Roy, who can get these kill confirms. And, you know, he's not playing badly on the close quarters game against B-Rice. He just needs to stop whipping. He needs to be, you know, facing the right way at all times to hit B-Rice. And he needs to not fall for these cross-ups in the air that B-Rice is so keen on getting. Because those mix-ups are huge for playing around this sword that Frost can bring to the table.
I see, and we're already looking better. Starting the stock at 89 instead of, I think he started at 90. Surviving that hit, looking better by the minute, and he got that landing. Frost getting JV2'd by B-Rice, who holds on to game 1 without letting Frost get ahead of steam.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know really what I could say here, because again, Isabel's a matchup that you really don't see too often. I probably see it more than most with just like seeing B-Rice, and then Mr. Zircon was my former teammate. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. It's difficult. I feel like the Chrom might have been the option. I know Frost is trying to break away from the Chrom, but Chrom seems to bring a little bit more stability to the table in these sweet spots against a character like Isabel, who is so elusive, especially in the close quarters range. Having a character like Chrom, who has a little bit more consistency on their sword, might be a little bit better for this matchup. But Frost, you know, they're opting with the Roy again, and already they're just being put through it again. The close quarters game, they're making Isabel look like Little Mac, with how much hands she's throwing right now.
She's got that squeaky toy hammer, and that's all she needs to bash your brains out, apparently. And Roy is on the brunt end of her dominance at this point. 126-43, and the ledge jump, no jump, but a great recovery. I love being a little bit patient and finding the gap on the delayed forward air. Still have to worry about getting grabbed. Of all the things to worry about from Isabel, that slow grab is not one that you have to yet. Certainly at 163, that back throw is starting to get into kill throw territory if it wasn't already. At the F tilt, just enough of a range to close out and beat Frost's snare.
Right. And again, it's weird in a matchup like this, where as Frost playing Roy, you would want more range against Isabel, because Isabel in your face is incredibly scary, especially when she's an advantage. And already, B-Rice with this hyper-aggressive play has lapped Frost in percent. Frost is fighting for the range back a little bit, and he is going to get a dare in the corner. That is huge for him. He has a little bit of rage, and Rage Roy works wonders in a lot of situations. If Frost can find one thing that he can exploit in this matchup, I have a feeling that this guy can maybe turn the tides a little bit.
It's all it takes is something like, getting the second hit of that nair. That's rough to kind of fall into. Just your main combo starter doesn't work, and then you get back thrown at the ledge. But let that slide off you all the same. Looking for an air dodge. He's looking for these big haymakers now, which I kind of respect at this point. Like, you're trying to read air dodges, you're trying to stuff out different buttons, wondering if the Roy will end up working. Playing the ledge like Marth, but no safety in this game from a game plan like that.
Yeah, dude. You need to be a little bit safer, dude. You need to play away from B-Rice, which is, again, not something that I want to... That's not the advice I want to give when you're playing Roy. I think just rush her down a little bit harder, make sure that B-Rice is on the back foot constantly, but with those coverall options, whether in the air or on the ground that B-Rice has, as well as a fast up smash like that one, it is imperative that you can't let Isabelle have any room.
Yeah, you can't let Isabelle have her way, it feels like, because everything comes off of her good trapping and good zoning game. And B-Rice is playing that incredibly well. But the thing that brings it all together, guides it forward, is the fact that Nair has effectively two functions. The strong hit Nair to keep Frost out, and the weak hit Nair to combo into things like up tilt that starts the whole damage. That starts all the damage coming forward. I do like this Chrom pick. I know. You know, you're trying to get away from the Roy as go towards the Roy as mentioned. But Chrom's consistency in his sword, the hitbox, the model differences with Chrom being a little taller actually provides a little bit more range on things like F Smash, and things like Nair, which could make a difference on top of that consistency. Like it's just gonna matter a little more.
Because Roy's a little man's, and you got this burly dude, like Chrom, who you know is like, I'm an Echo fighter, but it is very different. And he saved his jump there too, and he's able to take him down to hell with that one. Yeah, I was gonna say the one problem with this counter pick that Frost is very, very apparent of is that recovery. That recovery is heavily exploitable with like the fishing rod or anything. So if he gets off stage early, he's going to be eating a lot of abuse from that fishing rod specifically. But I think in favor of a more consistent sword hitbox and better range in general, I think this is a good pick for Frost. You know, again, I know this is a divergence from what he wants to do, but sometimes you got to know when you're beat, and you got to know when to bring back the old comers.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta respect the classics, and you can't always get away from them so easily. At the same time, Chrom has an almost solved counterplay at this point. You play him slow. You don't let Chrom run all over you with that ridiculous speed, and you edge guard him to its fullest extent. Unfortunately, it's a little bit easier said than done.
This man is, again,
so any
seasoned Chrom player knows how to play this character right and how to avoid their weak spots. And you know, from looking at B-Rice profile, Frost's profile on the old PG stats machine, they seem to be a big fan of the man named Rivers, because they have a Diddy Kong in their pocket somewhere. So they do watch one of the best Chrom players in the world, arguably the best, and they do have a solid idea of what this guy can do against, you know, Rivers he's from New Jersey, right?
He's from Jersey, but he's currently residing in Florida. Okay,
but he is still tri-state, and you know, one people who is claimed to be the best Isabelle in the world is also from New York, so also from tri-state. So maybe Frost might have seen this matchup before, other than the sets that he's played specifically versus B-Rice.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely VODs for that going around, and there's definitely plenty to learn from Chrom, because it's neat, because while Roy is the character that became hyper-aggressive to make use of those sweet spots, Chrom can be played with a little bit more passive, a little bit playing on your heels a little bit more, still getting in and still holding forward because you have the speed to do so, but more playing at that effective mid-range because your jab is ridiculously quick. You don't have to worry about sour spots, and things like F-tilt and its consistency are just so good at keeping players out while providing a hitbox that can kill. Like, the threat of things like F-tilt and things like down tilt being able to set up for so much leads to jab having a more effective place in his rotation of ground moves. And Chrom can still have that chair on deck.
Yeah, he still does.
Still killing.
Arguably more consistent from more ranges too. It's ridiculous what this guy can do, and he can consistently as well at like those middling percents hit a Jeff smash in the sweet spot. So yeah, you gotta watch out for this guy. But now we're on B-Rice's counter pick. We went with the battlefield pick, and again, in the early seconds of this match, B-Rice started out strong, but then Frost was able to even things up with one ether. And again, I think this is going to be a slugfest because Frost knows that he needs to win this match and the next one. So he's going to play this about as well as he can, and he's really bringing out the mental knowledge for this one.
Wow, just finding the right spacing around all of that trouble, but a little bit too eager with the Nair 1 buffering the F smash, and that is a death sentence against majority of characters. Whiffing a strong attack like that means a free punish, and B-Rice knows his punishes.
Yeah, B-Rice obviously put a lot of time into figuring those out, and man, that was looking K-roll-esque with the down air into up smash. The hoo-ha of old coming out.
Oh, I like that B-Rice just did nothing. Back throw sends at such a deceptive angle that makes it like tempting to press something into panic, but no panics here from B-Rice. Just hit him with the I'm gonna do nothing and call you out for doing nothing. And then he got called out for doing nothing.
Yeah. You know? yeah. And again, that's that extra range that Chrom has because they're tall. And they hit an F tilt from the ledge. You can't angle that move down. You can't make that move any easier to hit. And my god, look at this pressure already. And he's gonna go for another one. A little bit of extra pressure with that ether stacking up. My god, Frost is like a whole pack of hyenas just himself right now. And man, he is starving for a victory here.
He's gonna try to be laughing all the way to do so. Down tilts to try and pressure. There's a great punish. Blocking the fishing rod means you get a pretty optimal punish out of that one. 133. Air dodges early and gets caught by. He had to air dodge early, and that was where B-Rice struck the hardest with that close up forward air.
Tournament stock here for Frost. They need to get something going on here. They're gonna try to get a weak up air into the back air, but it's not gonna connect yet. And right now, B-Rice is just trying to play slow, get a little bit of extra credit so that whenever they get onto their last stock, it's not as difficult. Now, Frost has 40% to make up here, but he absolutely can. He just needs to avoid any extra damage, any excess or over-ambitious approach options that he has on the table. He needs to play this a little bit better. And you know, I don't want to say slower or safer. I think he just needs to go guns blazing, get this damage in, get these up airs, get these combos, or he's going to be struggling when it comes to later game.
There's another solid conversion. Up air, upper, back air, keeping the percents mighty even. It doesn't take much to kill Isabel. Actually, it might be at jab F smash ranges. Not anymore with that down air.
Well, it is
Maybe.
Chrom. I can't expect it. He's going for that down tilt pressure. Yeah, this is so smart. This is good passive pressure from Frost. He's using that down tilt to great effect there.
And getting away with a lot of soaring slashes. You would expect, well, B-Rice hasn't always been in position as he falls out of the gyroid. That's so unfortunate. It keeps B-Rice, it keeps Frost in this game as he takes a solid, or a subtle 3% lead. B-Rice trying to slow it down. Plays the ledge a little bit, can't re-grab and gets grabbed for it, but that's fine. You'll take a grab from a Fire Emblem character every day of the week up until like 180. Back airs, though, you'll take less of those and send all the way just enough DI to survive, but you can't take another one, even across stage.
Yeah,
the up air.
Oh, not gonna kill just yet, dude. That conditioning was so good for Frost because he knows all B-Rice wants to do is go for a jumping something. Now he's got a re-grab, but he's gonna whiff it anyway, and he's gonna whip the punish on the shield too. But the pressure was just enough for B-Rice to want to go for the up smash. He baited it out, he jumped over it. We're going to a game number 5 here, and this is gonna be B-Rice's counter pick, and I guarantee you FD is banned because B-Rice loves that stage. That's probably why he opted for Battlefield.
Absolute spaghetti. Trying to get the. I mean, you hit him with F tilt before. You hit him with F tilt on ledge before. That was what got you, I believe, stock 1 or 2. You can just do that again. But I mean, this is what happens when you overcomplicate your punishes a little bit. That spaghetti on both sides means Frost can escape with his life heading into game number 5. But it's those little things that you have to shore up in game 5 because it's players don't let those go for free. Usually.
I can't agree more, dude. I'm very excited to see this last game unfold because Frost held that out like a champion there. He said, "Okay, I'm down 40% of my last stock. I can win this thing." He did. He did just that. He's going to try to go for a spike, but no cigar. Going to land on stage again is B-Rice. And now, he's looking very confident right now. Like, the Roy was floundering very much in all assets, or all aspects during the matches that he played the Roy as. But now, the Chrom is looking ridiculously solid. And that level of consistency and just, I guess, he knows the combos so well. He's got that muscle memory on lock, despite how long it's been since he's really committed to playing the Chrom. He's honestly playing this like he never dropped the character.
Yeah, he's doing what he was doing with Roy in a lot of ways, but the slight difference with Chrom are countering B-Rice and how they want to play Isabelle a little bit more than Roy. Because Roy, you're so reliant on having that cannonball mentality where like, I hit you and you die, or I have all these infinite setups on the tech chases. But Chrom can play a little bit more slow, can play a little bit more like I'm focused on anti-airs and will get damage up slow and steady, or as slow and steady as Chrom can play. This character still plays at a breakneck pace, and makes a little bit more out of it. Because while yes, that up air kills is Roy instead of Chrom, he's at 151 because he's playing at Chrom, and because he's able to threaten with things like F tilt a lot safer and a lot better. Unfortunately, the Achilles heel of Chrom rears its ugly head.
Dude, he didn't have any jumps. He did such a good job of saving it, but he didn't think B-Rice was going to be in the position to go for another one. And now B-Rice has finally figured out this Chrom and has a definitive lead right now. He is on his first stock only, Frost on their last one, and it is looking close to curtains at this point as we see a nair out of the soaring slash into the forward air for the stock and the game and the set. A game 5 going in favor of B-Rice. The dog stands tall today.
Restock on game 5. What a statement. It's like, yeah, your Chrom got me. Yeah, your Chrom got me on my counter pick. But lightning doesn't strike twice. And this dog is cheering her way into winners finals. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a 7-4 all-time set count in favor of B-Rice now. Or 7-2 rather, I think. Yeah.
Even worse.
Pretty bad.
Well, it's we might actually be seeing more of Frost, as unless this is incorrect, which hopefully it is not. Frost and Skylar should be our next match on stream, which is kind of surprising given how usually you want to give players, especially in the top cut, we're in top 6, you want to give them a little bit of break in between sets, and a game 5 set is certainly a set to digest for a moment before heading right back into the fire. But
right. But again, the only 2 matches we have available right now are Frost and Skylar, who Frost just played, and then Krupp B-Rice, who also just played. So, you know, it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. And it looks like we're going to be going into winners finals. That's what I've heard. But hey, there's something important to talk about here. This is going to be Krupp B-Rice for our top 3 situation here, where one of these guys is going into the losers bracket. One of these guys is going to be in grand finals with a set of buffer against whichever opponent dares to challenge them.
Yeah, well, after this match, we'll have our path. One will be in Winterside Grands, one will be in losers finals, awaiting the winner of losers semis, which provided will be decided hopefully by the end of winners final. But we have got to get to you what is coming in the future, in the near future, because in this coming week we have got Ascension, the Christmas edition. There we go. Smash the Halls on December 18th. Rocking ultimate singles and doubles with a extremely unique side event to boot. White Elephant. $5 entry goes to mystery gifts with 16 players playing and stealing each other's presents for using just one single game. You can only challenge 3 times, but it's always going to be hyped to see what comes up next at smash.gg/ascension happening in the coming month.
Yes, definitely show up to that. It is the biggest regional in the Southwest. We got a ton of out-of-staters, as well as your favorite Arizona players as well. You want to be part of it. I want to be part of it. Why don't you go on, head over to SmashGG, sign up today. But that's not the only thing we have going on. We've got GCU and their Fall Tournament Series finale, which I believe is going to be a $300 prize pot, and plus more prizes. That's kind of huge, but it's free entry. Most tournaments these days are like, oh, let's have a prize pot, $15 to compete. Not at GCU. You get free entry, and you are still in the running for $300 worth of money. That is a lot for a Smash player. Trust me, I know. I've been there. It's going to be on December 4th, a Saturday. Head on over to smashgg/SSS_GCU to sign up today, and you can use that barcode as well if you are into that sort of thing. We got a couple of sponsors, as you can see below. I'm excited for that one. Support GCU because they are awesome. And just to remind you guys what's at stake here. This is Super Smash Fridays at the Esports Arena in Scottsdale. $200 pop bonus for our Black Friday special. So both of these guys chomping at the bit for the opportunity to win that.
Yeah, we started here. We started there at 6:30, and now we've got it down to the final. At this point, the final 5, with Rensley coming on top of over Jumbo Jack 3-2.
Wow.
Making their way into loser semis. Wow. That's a solid win.
That's
given
crazy.
How Jumbo Jack was playing.
Well, we will be potentially seeing a Frost Renslake rematch in loser semis then. Unless Skylar has anything to say about that. But man, I would love to see that set in overtime. Again, I wanted to see that set in a best of 5, but I really do now, man. That is too cool.
We have got B-Rice and Krupp to go through first. Winners finals. The last player to drop, or one of the last players to drop to the loser's side bracket will be decided right here in this best of 5 winners finals. Super Smash Fridays, Black Friday edition. Let's go.
Yes, sir, and we're already getting right into this thing now. This is going to be interesting because I gotta admit to you, this matchup is super compelling for both these guys. You got Isabel, who's got a very exploitable recovery off stage, which Krupp knows how to hit, as well as the ability of Isabel to make it difficult for Krupp to get these close quarters combos unrequited. And I'm going to be honest with you, brother, I don't know who to give the edge to in this one.
Yeah, it'll be... I mean, we've been seeing B-Rice stave off the flames of many a rush down, many a player that just wants to get in their face and press buttons. But what I feel like Captain Krupp will have access to a little bit better is not only that backer, which is still crazy and able to catch the neutral getup, is the ability to approach with shield and have a reliable out-of-shield option that's hard to play around. Falcon Dive is a crazy option to play out-of-shield, and Falcon gets in your face extremely quick. Counterplay, of course, as things like that become true combos, and you just have to hold that.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I can't find any data on these guys. I have no idea if Krupp and B-Rice have met in bracket before, but it is kind of looking like Krupp seems to know a thing or two about how to deal with this matchup if these results are anything to go forward with. He's getting these combos really nicely, and he's avoiding all the options that B-Rice would like to hit, and he's making it really difficult for B-Rice to get anything without getting punished.
It's a rough one to go into, and it's always looking like Krupp wants to find these spikes, wants to punish B-Rice for overextending. Love that shield discipline. It's so important to be when you're peppered with all the safe pressure that B-Rice and Isabel have been throwing out. to have time to be confident in holding shields and know you can react to what they're going to do.
Yeah, definitely, man. And, you know, hey, we are in the last stock situation here, so unless Krupp gets something crazy now, I can definitely see B-Rice coming back into this thing. Nice couple of dash dances to throw Krupp off and where they're going to be, and all of a sudden, this is an even matchup again. That Falcon Dive is going to make it a little bit better for Krupp there. It's in their favor, and they're going to dash down and get the Gentleman's to get B-Rice off stage, which is where Krupp shines when their opponent's off stage. And yes, that back here from the corner will be catching that whipped up there, and Krupp going to win game one.
And that is outside of the norm. It's only game one, of course, but we'll hit you with the information. Thank you to Felix for the information in chat. B-Rice is actually in the overall set lead in this matchup. It's, according to them, at the last Ascension, Krupp won the overall set count to B-Rice's favor.
Ooh, okay, thank you, Felix. Thank you for the info, my friend. So, yeah, good on you for giving that information to us and doing that. But I don't know. Both these guys are two of the best players in the scene today. I think B-Rice was top 5 on the last. You know, it wasn't a definitive ranking season, but it was a rankings as things stand today right now. So, you know, this guy has been turning heads ever since the AZSL where they got 3rd place. And man, it is ridiculous to see B-Rice go to work. I'm always impressed with how aggressive they are with Isabel, but don't let that distract you from the fact that Krupp will go deep for those options in order to take those stocks.
Yeah, and excuse me, it is Krupp up 6-2, so this may be history may be repeating itself as they get into this game 2. And, I mean, Krupp already on such a fiery start, as you mentioned, going out for that solid edge guard, posing that with Falcon there, which I guess is one of those yet more underrated or underappreciated, maybe is a little bit better, moves in Falcon's arsenal. You have so many flashy finishers, nobody expects the double kicks, and nobody ever expects the Spanish Inquisition, because that up air is going to close out for Falcon, leading this game to be relatively even as we head into the middle portion with the stock 2s, and we could be seeing the end of stock 2 if he's going deep like that, not able to pull the trigger low enough, still surviving and having a chance to make this combo going back. B-Rice getting back to center, getting back to stage, but still off stage. Man, this edge trap just evolves.
Man, I keep comparing Krupp to other players, but man, he is himself in his own right. I've never seen anyone jump so deep, go so far, just for a little edge guard in any situation. I feel like every second of the match, Krupp is playing with every ounce of his ability, and it's evident, man. He never takes a day off unless he's just farming for clips, because it is so obvious that this guy loves what he's doing and loves how he's playing, and that he has a level of expertise and polish that not a lot of other players do.
It's showing up to be a extremely well practiced Falcon in a lot of phases. Like on offensive side, on the defensive side, he's able to put stuff together, survive as long as they do. It's always tense. It's something that you just have to hold your breath a little bit.
Oh no! He put himself in such a bad position, but hey, Krupp put himself in a worse position. He's like, okay, I didn't want to see it going that way. I never respect the teabag there, but sorry, calm down, sucker!
It's like, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna make sure that you don't, you upbeat a little early. Don't worry, fam, I got you. I'm gonna SD for this. It's alright. No big deal. Here we come with this knee.
Mars has said it is a sign of a top player to drop a punish for a saucier punish. I have never seen somebody save somebody in order to get a saucier clip. Never once in my entire career as a commentator have I seen that. But man, if anyone was gonna do it, it was gonna be Krupp.
Right, 38 and I like the stage pick overall. I mean, we haven't really been too often commenting on the exact definitions of Isabel's stage selection, mostly because I don't feel qualified to answer exact specifics about Isabel and what stages she likes and doesn't like. But I mean, B-Rice knows that he wants to play this stage a little bit well. He wants to play this stage well. He wants to play with the wider center area and to not have to worry about the repeated landing mix-ups on things like on top platforms or wider stages like PS2. He wants to try and suffocate Krupp. Problem is, he's getting suffocated himself.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know, B-Rice has come from other upsets before. They have made bigger strides in the past, and I feel like tonight with $200 on the line is all the incentive B-Rice needs to pull out some of that clutch back there. And right now, they're getting a bit of extra credit. They already have Captain Krupp at 11.5%, which is a start. It's not a lot, but it is a start. But both balloons got popped, they still made it back anyway. And that back air is going to be taking that stock. It popped the balloons last time, it took the stock this time, and now his close quarters options are putting Krupp into bad situation after bad situation, and he is taking tremendous amounts of damage already, but his combo is going to be broken by another Nair, and these lingering turnips, dude. I know the stock prices are going up right now, but man, those turnips are going up too.
Hey, you can just sell those turnips for like what is it, 5 times the price? Get all that sweet value. And speaking of value, we know that Krupp is looking for the stock. I like that B-Rice has just been going under the stage. It's like, I'm not dealing with this anymore, man.
You know, it's been a long day. I want my money, but like I don't want to fight you for it, so I'll just like get behind you, I guess. And an up smash, okay. Woo! Yeah!
Yeah. Frame 9 up smash, which has been proven rather clutch, because that's not... Like, frame 9 is, when you hear that, it's like, oh, that's not like... ridiculous. It's fast, but it's not like ridiculous, like overbearingly fast.
Oh,
but it's enough.
A sixth of a second, bro. that's really fast.
Look, it is. But in comparison, when you have when you have characters out here with like frame 3 up Bs and command grabs and all that good stuff, like frame 9 is on the lower end, but it's still enough.
Pretty. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the fastest up smash in the game is like frame 5, if I'm not mistaken. I know like some consistent ones, like the lower end of the fastest up smashes in the game are like frame 6. So you know, it is still a fast option.
I think Diddy's up smash is frame 5.
Yeah. And
Charizard's is that as well, and that's like the fastest.
Right, those are like the two things. One of Isabel's is like frame 6, so you know.
Yeah.
You know, Isabel's is pretty good.
It is good. It is good out of 10. We like to see it.
It is a good move. And there's a weak hit Nair that's also a good move. Has Captain Krupp off stage, and he's going to catch that jump with an up air. B-Rice gets on the board. Now we have a set.
And that's a good stuff from B-Rice as well. Like, I mean, we kind of tangented a little bit, and sorry for that. But it was...
I'm not. I'm happy.
Okay, well, there you go.
I apologize to nobody.
We take no prisoners here, but good stuff to B-Rice to close out a game in just kind of lockdown fashion. This is what you kind of expect from Isabel. These traps with a couple bit of layers, making Krupp obviously think about, how do I want to play around the ledge game? Do I want to just avoid it completely? Obviously not, because it's an important phase of the game in advantage. Going to Kalos here, you feed into a little bit of what B-Rice wanted to do with that wide center area to make use of both Fair and Bear, these slingshot moves covering so much space. But what you gain is a lot more survivability, an extra wall, which is nice, platforms for added mix-ups, especially with high recovery Falcon dives. Like, you gain a lot more here, and the ledge play isn't as much of a factor as it is on small battle.
No, definitely not. And you know, I do see a lot of Falcons go here, namely Gatsby is one of the people who has counterpicked me here a couple of times. I have heard tell that, you know, having a better area to wall jump for Falcon is huge, but again, this is B-Rice we're talking about. This close quarter game is still super strong, and I'm sorry. Oh, dude! Oh, man, he almost had a really good gimp there, and Krupp wouldn't have been able to make it back to the wall to get another jump back, but he was able to get a Falcon dive to refresh his recovery and get another one, and that ended up, that net swing on that situation is so big, because now Captain Krupp has a stock lead, where they could have been at a stock deficit.
Yeah, it was the power of fighting Falcon dive. The fact that you can't do the usual Falcon gimp where you just get caught and rock crocking. That's not completely, but effectively gone. And Falcons can still have extensions like this off of Nair 1, looking for even more. Nair 1 to the late up air. Like, the combos are certainly there. And now he has wall jumping. It's an added mix-up, but not enough of a mix-up to get away from that well-timed spike on B-Rice's part. Holding on to this chance to get into Game 5. He's got to scrap through a fiery Krupp, but he's been proven to know how to pick his shots and pull the trigger when he sees it.
If anybody knows how to scrap, it is Mr. B-Rice. He's going to get a gyro combo for a little bit of an extension there, and it's going to put Krupp at that middling percent, which you like to see. And he is going for these extensions. Again, after these hits, most Isabels just kind of drop it, but he just keeps pushing forward after every little interaction he gets. He's like, I can get more out of this, I can get more out of this, I can get a little further. And that is so impressive to me. But he's going to avoid that down air too, and he's also going to shield that Falcon kick and put a stop sign right up that guy's butt.
That's the key part. It's key plays, key levels of defense coming out from B-Rice, but not enough defense. That looks like a missed input on that up B, which tragic. But it's something you have to play around and acknowledge that when things go wrong, you can play around as the Phantom Footstool keeps him alive. Krupp putting together the clutch plays to keep himself going. Even at 160, that up smash out of shield will close it out. Frame 9 officially fast.
Yeah, how fast is it? Fast. It's pretty fast.
It's fast out of 10.
It's fast, yeah. Oh my god, he's going to avoid that too. A good wall jump from Krupp to help him survive though. And now, Krupp is playing a passive game, but again, one interaction for B-Rice is all it takes, and now he's in advantage, and now he's at a percentage lead with a weight differential. You know, it's pretty much in a tied game, but right now, B-Rice is just taking too much damage too quickly, and now Krupp, looking for it all there, is going to miss the second hit in there, and his knee is going to linger off of the balloon, but it will not connect with the Isabel. Man, just barely misplaced that.
Just almost. So many almosts in this entire ledge trapping sequence. He goes off again with the back air. Not able to get it off of a great tech from B-Rice, and he could fall the stock here, but high recovery with that platform keeps him alive. Up air, not going to do it. Going out for another nair. One more. No, he tries to bait him out. And there's the back air.
He got it, dude. He did it. That's a step. 3-1. After Krupp. He's going to France.
Just edging him out ever so slightly. Like, that was some really great defensive play on B-Rice's part, getting a nice tech, DIing so properly, making use of Kalos in his own right, mixing up how he gets back to ledge. Most of the time it'd be tether, that time with just a nice air dodge, but holding forward, trying to get back to center, force their way into a neutral position, and Krupp was not having it.
Okay, well, Beast, I'm gonna let you know, I almost beat Jen, so if I almost beat Jen, you almost beat Jen. That's a story for another day, though. We're gonna toss it to a quick break. We'll be back in a little bit, but you'll be seeing our beautiful faces in just a second, as well as some more Arizona Smash action at the Esports Arena in Scottsdale. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back after the dial. Hey everybody, we're back. Sorry about that. We are going right into this match. It is going to be Rensley going up against Skylar. And these guys were doubles partners earlier on in the evening, so this is a battle of best friends. And this is one of the worst characters versus one of the best characters in Game & Watch and then Ganondorf. Once again, my name's Larry. I'm here with Ubel. Ubel, take it away, my friend.
How's it going? How did we get? Yeah, I'm here. I'm alive. Surprised to be hopping right back into this game, but hey, looks like Rensley is once again trying to throw his Ganon at this matchup. We got this matchup twice, by the way, which is funny. Two different Game & Watches, same Ganon. And yeah, I guess makes sense.
It was Yomadafu that ended up playing against Rensley earlier. Rensley had to switch to the Ike Game 3 though, so he does have that option to switch to a really bad matchup for Game & Watch if he so chooses.
It's fun to see how well you can perform with a character that you have fun with, even if they aren't the best in a proper matchup. And sometimes comfort's all you need. And he certainly looks comfortable. Using this Ganon to the highest ability that they can, but there is still so much you have to worry about with Game & Watch, and not many options that Ganon has to counterplay him at all times.
Right. Now look, here's the thing about Rensley and Skylar. Obviously these guys know each other very well. They were on our doubles team earlier on in the night, if you recall.
This is true.
But there's another thing that you need to recognize about these two, is that Yomadafu is a Twitch streamer, and a good one at that. He is a pretty good Game & Watch, but he's not the best Game & Watch in the state. That obviously would be going to Skylar, who is the best Game & Watch in the state. So this matchup that Rensley was pretty comfortable in earlier is now less so, because he's playing against a little bit of a higher level of competition. He's going to get double dinked with both hits of the up B, and he's going to get hit into the stage, into the second one. Edge guarded, back air. You can't do nothing about that. Game & Watch is a top 3 edge guarder in the whole game, if you want my opinion. And we're going to be going into a game 2 with Skylar up 1-0.
Yeah, and he can just wash his hands of that stock as soon as basically Rensley fell into that up B. Missing that tech was a death sentence. Game & Watch, incredibly strong edge guarding tools. That back air is ridiculously disjointed. Has solid base knockback, all the works that you want, and a very good edge guarding tool. And it's a multi-hit.
Yeah, but after losing his first match, he was just like, you know what? You know what? I'm going to go with the Ike here. This is a 70-30 matchup. And arguably one of the hardest matchups for Game & Watch in the game. But that doesn't start Skylar from going up to a 61-0 lead. Or excuse me. The percents are going up too fast. I can't. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
A very strong lead at the opening outset of the match. Rensley is able to take that back in earnest.
Yeah, I mean, Game & Watch and Swords is always going to be mixing water with vinegar. Like, it's not something you really want to do with Game & Watch, but the trick with Game & Watch in this game is because everything is so much quicker and Game & Watch has the frame data to match, you can go toe-to-toe when it comes to damage and juggling. It's killing that becomes the problem. And Rensley kind of showcasing that Ike has no difficulties when it comes to that.
Yeah, you've got a wicked fast out of shield option that also kills for some godforsaken reason. And you've got a big sword that is good at keeping out Game & Watch. Game & Watch struggles against a couple characters in the meta, specifically swordies. And now you've got one of the biggest swordies in your face in that Ragnell that Ike swings around like it is a gosh darn weapon. But he's got a two-handed weapon of his own. It's that hammer, baby. And that is a brazen combo that Skylar's going to rip on every time, and it's going to work out in their favor.
Yeah, Ike may be a character that fights outside of the law, but at the end of the day, you can't always escape judgment, and that 9 comes in clutch for Skylar to take what was looking like a game that was running away from him into a very, very winnable game 2. Of course, Rensley has plenty of experience in just holding on at a slight deficit,
yeah,
and there we go.
Don't shake in the face of adversity. Rise to it. Cream or rise to the top. God bless you, Clam. I love you. And we've got a lot of match left to play here. But right now, Skylar, after coming off the Halo platform, took a little bit of a beating. And now Rensley is at 85%, so he's getting to that higher echelon. And meanwhile, Skylar is still killing at a middling percent. But one strong option or a read, like maybe another up air, could kill, or a fall off platform back air, reposition slash.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. He spaced back air so low. Ever so low that you really think, man, he could be like trying to aim for ledge with this back air, even if it doesn't actually hit ledge. He's prepping this move so patiently. Oh, that down air, excuse me, which is even scarier.
Yeah.
And everybody scared buffers a roll. Everybody.
It is so evident that Rensley is taking note from his brother Krupp. Krupp gets so much mileage out of that down air through the stage. He's like, I got a sword that can do that. Maybe I can do something similar. And he's trying, man. He is, and he's getting close to it. But as a conditioning tool and just a random option to deal a lot of damage really quickly, that down air is quite strong in its own right.
Yeah, being able to disjointedly attempt a 2-frame kind of pokes at everything that Game & Watch really doesn't want you to do when it comes to his upbeat. Because regardless of how good your recovery is, everybody can get 2-framed.
Yes. Now look, here's the matchup. Basically, you get hit once by Game & Watch, you're going to take 90%. But if you get Ike to that higher percent where you can't really combo them anymore, you need to keep them out, or if they land and they get any sort of stage back to them, it is going to be really difficult for you to do anything, because now they have Rage, and you being the third lightest character in the game, you're in trouble.
It's a tough one, but it's all about how much control can Game & Watch exert. Ike's not a character with an especially depth neutral, and nor recovery. Getting back to ledge has been pretty fine. Getting off ledge can be a little bit tricky. Game & Watch can just do this over and over and over again. You can, in theory, of course, force Ike to play at ledge until he's at 180 and then kill him with a back air or any sort of stray aerial. Your combo game already has that much depth to it to put up damage rather quickly. These up throw nairs and a couple up throws leading to 61% after all. But that's where you get into the human factor of heavyweights. Can you be perfect? Well, Skylar says maybe.
Skylar says, I'll make it close. I don't know if I can be perfect, but I'll definitely be close. And then Rensley's saying, alright, yeah, take a look at this pogo stick. Again, get the combo out of it.
Oh, I kind of like the counter there. Did it work? No, but I kind of like it.
Definitely thought there was going to be a little bit more pressure added, and you know what? I respect the attempt. And he went for the down air too, but he's off stage versus Game & Watch. What can he do? He's going to get hit by a couple bits of the chef, but he's going to go right underneath that one, and he is back in the driver's seat on this one.
He's still threatening off stage, and I like that so much. Even if it's only feints, and he's not actually trying to go deep off stage, these fares are all gas, are all mist. I like that he still goes for these jumps. He goes for these like dip lows, so run off, double jump back on. Make Skylar guess about his timing. Make Skylar reconsider how he wants to do his flowchart. Because if you're thinking so much about your off-stage play, then suddenly there's a little bit less, you're a little bit more stressed when you do get back on stage and still have to contend with the ledge trap.
But if you're stressed, it's fine dining, we suggest. And, you know, I think that the man himself can chef it up quite nicely here. We're going into game number 4. Now, Skylar has not won a match versus the Ike yet, but there's one thing you need to consider. Both of the matches that Rensley's Ike won, it was decided at the ledge, with really good conditioning and baiting and punishing. If Skylar cannot blink in the face of that and make it back on stage safely and you know, keep Rensley in a position where they're not on stage, they have a very good chance of potentially pulling out a game or two and maybe winning the set as a long run.
I completely agree. Unfortunately, Rensley is kind of playing the opposite of how he'd been in the previous two, which he was playing center, stuffing out the landing options with these massive up airs and finding clutch movement off of these platforms, oftentimes dropping through the platform in order to get these back airs and get these aerials to come out, which is exactly when you want. Going for that challenge, and Ike's range is certainly going to be enough to blow through the Keyblade. This ain't Kingdom Hearts anymore. We already got that representation.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Game & Watch. It's over. You need a new down air.
Okay. We don't accept fakes here.
It's not the Keyblade. That's the key to your girlfriend's house.
Oh.
So even if he wins, he's going home to a better place, dude.
It's the key to everybody's heart, especially your girlfriend's.
Hey, man. My dad is just really scared of the outline guy, and I know why. And as he gets a nice backer off the platform, Rensley not scared of potentially losing a spouse in the future. He just wants victory. And you know what? That is the Sigma mindset I can get behind.
Yeah, that Sigma grind set coming in clutch. You don't need no Mrs. Game & Watch.
Nah, dude, he's trying to get a Mrs. Game & Watch. He needs to study the blade a little bit better first, though. I mean, because if you can't beat Ike, what can you do?
He can drop these bombs and he can do menial tasks, apparently. But he can't get past that sword. He still is struggling with that same singular interaction.
Oh my god, yeah. And I think Skylar realizes that his win condition is that berry, because that's a confirmed way to get those kills, but if you roll back into Rage Ike, you're going to have problems. He's not going to be killing just yet. We're looking at a nice slash. And man, if Skylar lived that, he would have been taking Rensley to last stock. Rensley now cutting out the Ganon, saying, all right. Ganon over. I'm going with the Ike the rest of the set. And I know it's a 70-30 matchup. Haven't dropped one yet today. And he was just like, yeah. So that sets up Rensley versus B-Rice in losers finals. If Rensley wins this one, he has the opportunity to play against his brother in Grands.
Man, 2 out of the 3 being brothers up in this top 3 for this $200 Super Smash Fridays bonus. Thank you, Esports Arena, of course, for the pot bonus, and still starting with the Ganon. Love to see the confidence.
I mean, this has to be a -1 at least.
I mean, probably. I look at Ganon and think, wow, that's probably a -1 matchup, and it could be anything.
That is a slingshot magnet. That man's nose, he probably, he breathes so hard that he takes the slingshot noodles coming up his nose, man. And it pulls him in. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Edge guarding, baby. You can't deal with that. There's just very little you can do. And honestly, I respect Rensley for the attempt. If I was this confident in my Ganon, I probably would have done it myself. But, again...
He missed the third one, but he had to air dodge. But, no.
Alright,
no.
So, what does this Rensley need to do in the game 2? Because it looks like we're going there.
Ganon.
Yeah,
Just don't.
He kind of lost this one of the character select screen. Which is something you hate to say, but... Dude, again, how... Okay. Get him again? You can't make that back. Yeah,
he only had 1 balloon.
Dude, Ganon edge guarding is kind of OD.
Ganon Snare is a huge button. And if there's anything Ganon has going for him, it's that he doesn't have bad buttons. His legs are like tree trunks. His Nair is surprisingly quick and does like 30. That's hyperbole, of course, but there's a lot going for Ganon on paper, but in practice it just doesn't come together. I mean, that's kind of the nature of being big and slow, right? I mean, the same goes for Incineroar, who's Ganon but better, but slow, and that's what makes him bad.
Right, but then again, he has a good counter zoner button in that downbeat. Ganondorf just has to approach.
Yeah, Gendor folds.
He is left to his devices. Sakurai sat down and said, "Okay, good luck, soldier. Godspeed." And he said, and Rensley's like, all right, fine, I'll play Ike, I'll play my main. And, okay, FD, I don't like the stage pick. You wanna know why?
Why?
B-Rice is so good here, dude. B-Rice is amazing because he doesn't have any platforms to avoid the gyroid if it's buried on. And he's going to need to mix up his landings in a big way. Now, I think Nair might be good at stuffing out and getting rid of the gyroid when it's in the ground if it goes that way, but still, I don't know. Like, platforms, I feel like Ike kind of needs those a little bit in order to do something big, but maybe Rensley knows something I don't. We'll wait and see.
I feel like that's the quintessential, like, Fire Emblem thing. It's like Fire Emblem characters, they're swordies, they want anti-air, they're really good at platforms. But Ike is so different because all he wants, well, partially different at least, enough different. Because Ike wants to land on you with his big aerials. He wants to space them out and hit at you, or be safe on shield and use that range to his advantage. Platforms can sometimes get in the way, especially against a more trapping character like Isabelle, who will hide underneath those platforms. So yeah, he loses some of his combo extension, but he gains a safer, maybe not safer, but a more focused neutral.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely see that. And, you know, Rensley, apparently, according to Felix, who knows the scene very well, you didn't get to see Felix play. Felix is a top 3 player in the scene right now. But Felix swears that Rensley swears that Rensley can beat E-Rise with Rensley's coaching. As confusing as that is. So, I mean, it looks like he's doing fine right now. He's got a stock lead against B-Rice, but again, playing a big body versus B-Rice, who just did down throw into gyroid release into up air out of an insane combo already. So, yeah, I don't know. B-Rice is kind of insane at this game.
I mean, he's got a lot of good stuff going from him from just a raw player standpoint. But at the same time, Rensley has just been picking out spots that have allowed him to live to 154 and beyond, he's making every stock for him count, and so that the average time of death for him is just like 30 or 40% higher than his own. And if you're able to survive for what is potentially 45 seconds or more longer than your opponent, like, you're doing something right, even if you lose that game. Now that could have been a way to lose that game, but unfortunately for Rensley, the down air sent inward instead of outward.
Yeah, he needs to, you know, I respect going off stage. I respect that Rensley is using that as a quintessential part of his game plan and his edge guarding style or like ledge trapping style to just put that pressure on his opponent. Like, you think I'm gonna swing? You know, will I swing? What do you think? You know, if you think I will, I won't. But if you think I won't, I will. And, you know, I respect that as a whole, especially as Ike, who is not a character you see go off stage too often. But you're doing that to B-Rice, who is as opportunistic as they come. And, you know, it's scary going off stage against an opponent with a projectile, especially when you have a recovery like Ike's, who can get snorted out by one of those things. And B-Rice is just going to take it right back to FD, in for a penny, in for a pound. I think the set's going to go into overtime.
Yeah, seems to be the case given the way that Rensley and that both B-Rice has been playing all day. Like, I feel very confident that he will be able to hold his own, even with Rensley's confidence in this matchup, the B-Rice matchup specifically.
Yes.
But
and, you know, again, it's hard to argue with him because so many of these options that B-Rice has been getting away with sometimes is just being invalidated. Now, granted, again, we did talk about this earlier. B-Rice does, well, not B-Rice, Isabelle does struggle with swords a little bit, and combos in general, if you can actually get those combos started on to B-Rice. And Ike's a character with the sword who starts combos with the sword and also kills with the sword. So he's got a lot going for him in this matchup. But so does B-Rice with that knowledge, with the game plan. Honestly, B-Rice, once they adjust and once they can get their combos, sometimes you just need to hold what they're doing to you.
yeah, and he's holding steady for sure. Just 108 on him now, be able to put together a little bit of damage. Any extra cred's a good one, and that up tilt is doing its job very, very well. I feel like you'll trade a solid 45% or so in order to get that damage, because any 45% could lead to that stock almost being at the right percent for that combo. 94 now. B-Rice trying to hold onto this center stage, looking to snipe a jump, but Rensley playing a lot more grounded, not giving it to him and missing the grab. That's huge. Losing a lot of advantage off of that.
I've been seeing B-Rice recognize exactly where Rensley's going to land with Nair and spacing it perfectly so that he doesn't get hit by the Nair and can also punish with either a grab or with an F smash. We've been seeing it a couple times, and honestly, that is it's really going to be huge going forward because catching Ike on landing is not easy to do, especially when they have a hitbox that can just cover where they're going to be so effectively. If B-Rice can continue to do that, it should be his stat for sure, but that rage up air out of the Nair is going to be killing at a pretty early percent, and Rensley takes the lead back.
He's a late hit Nairs. I thought he was going to hold down for sure.
So too. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Like, this is game 3 just in the books already, but no, it's just survivability, well-timed spot dodges to get away from these command hits. Unfortunately, the back throw coming out for Rensley. And this is a real even game with an Ike without his jump. Okay.
It's back to ledge. He avoided the fishing pole, which could have been curtains for him. And man, if B-Rice had just been a little bit earlier with that forward air string, he could have knocked Rensley into the gyroid and gotten a bigger attention off of that. However, he's going to be content to just do some post-quarters action and get 91% onto Rensley with 54 on his own. He doesn't have a jump now. He's going to make it back to ledge. Rensley, oh, he missed! He air dodged into the stage instead of doing anything else. He thought he would make it, but he just couldn't. And now my glare is messing up, dude. This is a bad day in American history.
L.
Yeah,
you just gotta hold that sometimes.
That's one of those things that it's like, you shouldn't have lost. You shouldn't have, but it's like not your fault. You just.
He was too well. I mean. I know it's annoying, and I know it's frustrating, but it's also the game we play. Like,
and the game we enjoy.
And the game we enjoy. Like, you just... Sometimes you just have to know those things, especially given... That one was kind of obvious. A little bit. Like, that was, like, he air dodged and it was low. Like, he was not grabbing ledge, he was on the curve of FD.
Right, but again, you know, in those split-second situations, sometimes it just doesn't go that way, man. And, you know, you hate to say it, but there wasn't really much he could have done there. He was committed to doing that option, but, you know, it's whatever. He's going to bounce back hard, though. This is his counter pick of Small Battlefield, so he's looking pretty comfortable at home right now, already getting a high percent onto B-Rice. And B-Rice can probably survive one more Nair up air, but 2 more, that's going to be a tall order for a character like Isabel.
You always have to be careful of the Nair back air change-up that gets thrown out every now and again to cross up your DI. Rensa again trying his best to go off stage, and that time the hit on the balloons messing up the tech timing potentially for B-Rice as he misses that tech and holds a stop early. Also, I'm just gonna shout out, this song, Cat Jam, bro. This sounds like it's something ripped out of Ratchet and Clank. I am vibing with it.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one who said it. I'm enjoying this immensely, and it's such a good backdrop for this fight we've got going on here. At the very least, if you don't enjoy Smash Bros. At all, come on, chill out and enjoy the music for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Before you continue your Twitch scrolling.
Yeah, just stop for a moment and think, wow, this is a pretty cool song over a pretty neat game. Drop a follow and move along. If you won't even want to move along.
You don't want to move along? Stay around. We're happy to have you.
Then pause, bro.
And just like B-Rice is happy to have Rensley jump into those gyroids and able to get the up air out of that and the extension, and going to do it again. 37% off of 3 attacks. Rensley is now in the blender, and he has yet to be relinquished from its grasp.
Just based on these shields now, full stock up, so you can play off these platforms super well, going deep. But B-Rice can go a little bit deeper.
Oh, never mind. Rensley, you should have committed, brother. Probably
commit.
I shouldn't do that. That's messed up. That's messed up. I'm sorry, Rensley. If you're watching this, I'm sorry.
There's so many of these F-tilts I've noticed from Rensley, and like he's gotten multiple stops with it, but it's just it's his all-purpose neutral tool in a lot of ways. When he's not using things like neutral air and like obviously known for. F-tilt has been a great grounded substitute for just a full-range, extremely powerful option. that covers a lot of the mid-range that Ike wants to be spacing at.
Yeah.
On top of like pivot cancels that you can throw in there. It's been his. It feels like it's been Rensley's modus operandi, and then you get caught with the burst option, trying to into space by dashing back. Ike's not gonna let you have that.
Game 5, second one for B-Rice tonight. Second one versus a Krupp brother tonight. Actually, wait, no, that's just incorrect. I'm factually wrong about that. Never mind. Forget I said anything. But second best of 5 versus a Sorority tonight. And the song was from Tekken. I looked it up for you, buddy.
Tekken is based.
True. That gets it. I love Tekken so much.
Tekken's so cool.
I want to learn every FGC esport. They all look so sick.
There's a lot of them, but
I know.
It's like
it'd be great.
I played Mortal Kombat actually for a little bit. Mortal Kombat.
Oh, me too.
Like,
see, I played Mortal Kombat 9 all the time with my brother when I was younger. I was a reptile main, and I was really good at spamming the slow ball and getting combos out of it.
I played Kung Lao.
Ooh, Kung Lao's fun.
I
like teleporting.
Yeah, it's great.
Anyway, back to the actual match. Look, this is Town and City as Isabel, so those horizontal kills are going to be getting a little bit more mileage for B-Rice. But the big thing here is that the stage sits so low that the ceiling is very high by comparison. So Nair up air won't be killing until ridiculously high percent for Rensley. So I think in all things considered, this is a good pick for B-Rice. Oh no.
Ooh, those Magna hands coming in clutch, and while Nair up air isn't going to be proving as effective, neither is both the up throw of the fishing rod, which is honestly a good way for Isabel to find stocks, but also Ike can augment his game plan to be more horizontal by going Nair back air or Nair forward air instead. Of course,
or ether.
Or
honestly.
Ether, just ball Ether sometimes. It works.
I'm just saying, if you Ether B-Rice as they're coming up off stage, like in the corner, they can die at like 80. Because that move is really strong these days. A dash attack will be really good for killing. A forward air, like you were saying, could be good at killing. Any smash attack would devastate B-Rice. F tilt probably would be a good option too. We saw Rensley going for it in the second kill.
Yeah, he's getting kind of blown up for fishing almost. We're seeing Rensley try and push the initiative and getting whipped punished to heaven and hell and back. There's the F tilt coming on the cross up, getting caught, getting over it with the spot dodge. The 82 is not a spot you want to be at against Isabel. Getting that nice dash attack to close out to see what he can get for more, but B-Rice decides, I'm not going to mess with that ledge trap anymore. Goodbye. Yeah, you can't follow me all underneath the stage.
B-Rice is kind of letting Rensley stabilize a little bit. I have no doubts in my mind that B-Rice, if they get the stock, they will be taking the next stock first. But I think giving Rensley this much wiggle room to play the match, especially when he's playing a heavy, when a lot of your vertical kills are going to be nerfed a little bit on the stage, it's dicey. It's very dicey, so B-Rice needs to play this pretty well, and as that percent margin continues to close in favor of Rensley a little bit.
Finds the Nair into that up air, barely not killing. That's the counter pick, making it work. It's a nice little dash dance grab. Is he going to go off stage? No, he's respecting B-Rice and his mix-up. And his understaged shenanigans. We're back at center, back at neutral. Holding steady. Here comes the platforms.
Oh my god, this is such a tense situation because whoever takes this could be indicative of who takes the rest of the game. And it is B-Rice striking first. That up smash. Wicked fast. Frame 9. So good at whip punishing on shield, especially with Ike's laggier options. And we are at 34%, 41, 48, 50, and climbing. B-Rice in such a good position. Finally, the bleeding will stop a little bit for Rensley. Rensley can do this. He needs to not get blown up, and he needs to not overcommit to one game plan, Uble.
This is super, super doable. These F-Toads spacing out these nairs. Finds a parry, but no punish. That's going to be a big one. Is now he's stuck in the corner. Can't move forward all that well because of the gyroid. And I love these dash attack placements from B-Rice. They've been doing so well this entire set, just finding little dash attacks that put Renza in the air, and that's exactly where he wants to snipe him out, because he has got no jump, forced to land with an arrow, but missing the parry. That is a tough one for B-Rice, but he's able to hold on, even if Renza gets back to neutral, there's no guarantee that he's able to make up this damage differential. He's got to do a lot with this Ike, finds a back throw.
Okay, as B-Rice is hanging on that ledge, Rensley is nearing that max 8%, but B-Rice is nearing victory. Gets a frame trap nicely there. Rensley gonna hop on the platform with a quick draw, but they need to go to the ledge now. There is a gyroid in the ground, and there is a couple jabs into the F-tilt. It is gonna be taking the game. B-Rice slays one of the Krupp brothers on his road for the rematch. He wins losers finals. He is advancing to play against Krupp for the second time this evening. Maybe it'll go a little bit better in his favor after this momentum game.
Incredible recovery coming out from Rensley, but he's too eager. I mean, in this game, shield grabbing is not the best out of shield option for anybody.
Yeah.
Regardless, I mean, if you get hit and try and grab afterwards, you suffer additional frames of delay. Like, the standing grabs for majority characters aren't really all that strong. It's a rough one to try and commit to, and that's exactly what he committed to and got blown up for it.
Dude, what a set that was. That was amazing. And hey, we're going right into this thing. Krupp versus B-Rice, ready to roll right now. And Krupp, whenever Krupp is on Winner's Side Grands, he enters speedrun mode. He just wants to win the tournament quickly. And it is looking like he is going to do that by any means necessary. Grand Finals, B-Rice getting blown up already.
That's a statement. Like, alright, game one, this whole set isn't going to go how you want it to. It's going to go even faster. Like, he's here to take the W and to look good while doing it, because that edge guard was clean. His offstage pressure has been nice. He gets the back throw instead, which is not the gimmick. Or the down throw instead of the back throw, which is a rough one. Because B-Rice had a stock he could have cheesed out, and instead he's still getting ledge trapped as the percents have now been lapped. Nair doesn't work.
Oh, no tech though. That
Oh,
brazen edge guard might be the Achilles heel for Captain Krupp in this set, but he is going to extend his lead a little bit further, more than a full stock separating the two players.
Man, he didn't miss a beat. It's like, oh man, I missed that tech. Well, I won't miss anything else. I'm just gonna keep on finding these punishes, keep on keeping on. I like that. That change up, the fishing rod afterward. He wasn't able to get anything off it though, which is what you really need in this spot. You need to combo the Falcon. You need to exploit him for his statistical weaknesses, that being that ridiculous fall speed. But
What?
B-Rice is doing the same thing. B-Rice is doing just the same thing, but inverted. I'm gonna find my own combos. I'm gonna string together up air into up air, and even if I miss, I still hit strategery at its finest.
Dude, okay, look at this aerial combo that Krupp gets. I'm gonna grab my mic and bring it closer to me. Yeah, gets him extension on the platform, goes for the knee, weak hit. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna hit you anyway. And you know, you have to fall. Boomtown.
And Nair actually worked. Let's go.
I'm glad it did. That's cool.
Yeah, I like seeing
going into
moves
game
connect.
2.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
Working Matador is the music choice. What do you think about this one, Fool?
Give me a moment. I gotta think about it.
Got it. Well, while you're thinking about it, I'm gonna talk about the match. So yeah, I gave you some homework to do while I cook the dinner for you. So, hey man, if you want this green bean casserole, you got to clean the dishes. So look, B-Rice is already at 90%, but again, if you jump into an up smash, you're not going to be in such a good situation, especially against one of the best to ever do it. It is Krupp, and B-Rice is fighting down. I think the grounded game is actually in B-Rice's favor. When it comes to the air battle, though, it is all Krupp.
It's interesting because of that, as a lot of the times B-Rice has been using things like forward air and back air as ground game substitutes. Things like up tilt, of course, and the jab are like crazy, but he's using these short hop slingshots as a means to cover all of that space at short hop height. I mean, Falcon's far from the shortest character around.
Yeah.
But what Krupp is, showed off in this in game 1 was his willingness to challenge that very tempo, that very pacing that B-Rice wants to do. These frequent short hops, and in game 2, he immediately exploited that with an up smash that killed ridiculously early. I mean, Falcon's up smash is ridiculous. It's so obscenely strong. B-Rice has stabilized a little bit though.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about the Arizona scene as a whole, as well as just the SAK scene in general, is that they seem to be a rebuttal to how you're quote-unquote supposed to play the game. And they find ways to be divergent from what you would expect in any situation. Ordinarily, you wouldn't expect an aggressive Isabel, yet here we are. You wouldn't expect an aggressive defit trainer, but they're Jinxes. And you've got all of these players working off of each other's deviancy and finding light where there really shouldn't be any. And that is just amazing. It's cool these players develop as a whole. It's like, it's apparent that they are right game as they play, just making each other deal with it and hold them because you have to, and finding solutions that you wouldn't expect because you're not giving problems you would expect. It's so cool.
Yeah, I like it when there's like different metagames to everything, right? Like you see the national metagame, but how do I put this? I think the easiest way and the most obvious is the Japanese metagame compared to the US.
Yeah.
Like, Japan is still all in on Zero Suit is a top 5 like broken character, like a borderline like up there with like the Pikachus and the Jokers of the day. Like Wario should be in everyone's pocket. Like Hero is a whole lot better than people give him credit for. All that good stuff. Meanwhile, the US, despite everything, is a whole lot more in your face and a whole lot more oriented around advantage. So characters that maybe have a strong neutral but struggle in disadvantage get pulled back a little bit. The heroes and the Zero Suits are forced to play like timeout or bust. And Falcon gets a lot more to shine in scenes like Arizona, who is a very like, let me try and scrap and hold forward and then execute in those scrappy scenarios, like those pressure scrambles to convert into more. Like those are you're going to be seeing in the scenes like this Arizona scene, and it looks like really Krupp is thriving in that environment, which is great. We've seen players adapt to their scene and grow because of it.
Dude, it is amazing. I love you, Arizona. You guys are always in my heart, and always will be. But we're gonna go to Game 5 here at Scottsdale Esports Arena. Game 5, Game 3 here in Grand Finals. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what I'm on tonight, but God, I want some. Anyway, we got a
oh man, I want what he's having. Oh my God, he's having a great time.
This is Maryland water, bro. It makes me a little bit crazy. So, look, we're talking about these guys going at it, and again, we're seeing extensions off of combos that should end 3 hits ago, that are resulting in these devastating stocks being taken from both players. And right now, B-Rice with a lead is scary, because again, Krupp is so good at getting kills early and getting kills in dynamic ways, not just relying on one option, but going for a ton of different ones. And if B-Rice has a lead, the ability for Krupp to play aggressively is heavily diminished, because now you need to play safe. Or if you whiff once, you're taking 50%, and now you're nearly a full stock behind. Oh my God. Oh my.
He tried so hard. They tried so hard to get back to the ledge with only one balloon, and the stage was just not having it.
Dude, that's like kicking your grandpa down the stairs. Like, what are you gonna do, old man? Ground me? He's like, I'm sorry.
Damn, bro.
I'm trying to go to bed. No, Gramps. Climb harder.
What?
Hey man.
Okay, Grandpa
That's what
be
it's
damned.
like.
I mean,
Have you ever done that? You ever kicked a grandpa
No.
downstairs to see if they can make it back?
the Falcon may be a grandpa at this point. He's gonna have to pass down this mantle by the time a new F-Zero game comes around. Oh wait. Ooh, yeah, that's it. Clean, just a drop from ledge edge guard. No need to reset no need to reset and climb your blade back to stage. Just shut it down. And we've got ourselves an even game. Another up smash from B-Rice.
He jabbed him into the gyroid for the up air, dude. I can't. That's so good, so smart. Good use of your resources, and it netted a 44% situation for Krupp, and then another up air to make it 56. Okay, nice back
72. Yeah, that's what you usually see from Isabel's off stage, but I guess not low enough in order to make it a full-on gimp. Yeah, 40% being the difference, or 30% being the difference now in quick maths. Respecting that gyroid makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Krupp just waiting him out. He did the little slide.
You don't need to approach. There's only 3 minutes off the clock, and yeah, you know, B-Rice. If you can mix up your approaches versus B-Rice, you're doing okay. And that dash attack, not only did it hit B-Rice, it also hit the gyroid and got a little bit of damage there too. Good DI from Krupp to survive that, but going down and meet your maker, B-Rice gets a spike, and they are on the board here. I said it before in the previous set where this exact same situation happened, but we have a set now.
It's a tight one to get this game off, but now you're going to have to play on Krupp's counterpick twice in a row. And B-Rice certainly has the chops to do this. But Kalos is the counterpick just like it was in Winners Finals, and how it worked in Winners Finals was, pragmatically, you can't edge trap me as reliably as you do on small battlefield. Those ledge damage, all that damage you got off ledge, all those quick little traps from the fishing rod, taking those off the table.
Yeah, dude.
Have to get a little bit more creative.
You give B-Rice a little bit of momentum to take a mile. Already starting to seem strong. 58% and climbing, but Captain Krupp's going to get right back into it. 47%. Both these guys are going either way. And, you know, something that is going to be also absent from the stage is the ability to use platforms to extend combos over the center with those up airs for Krupp.
Yes, that's extremely true, but I feels like Krupp always wants to cut off his combos a little bit earlier, cut off some of his string stuff that he knows he isn't true a little bit earlier in order to read air dodge and to read defensive options. I mean, that's what was so successful in Game 1 when he read the hitbox out of the up airs off of the weak knee. Ooh.
Okay.
Krupp tries to make up his own strings and make up his own neutral because apparently there is none. Just Falcon kick forward, got punished for it appropriately. Yet, he's still in a pretty solid spot.
This shouldn't be as tense as it actually is. But B-Rice is in a position where they're at max rage and they can die at any hit. But all they need is like one good combo and Captain Krupp could be fighting it soon too.
At this point, most things should kill even from center, and down tilt will be the thing to do it. It's surprising to see him use that much down tilt in center stage, but hey, what works, it works. And that was already a devastating angle, but not like B-Rice couldn't recover from that. Isabel's recovery's pretty damn good. So are these combos able to chase him down in midair off the double jump.
Yeah, nice use of the gyroid to get Krupp off of B-Rice there in that situation. Up throw will kill. I don't know if that was bad DI or if it just didn't kill Spark. I'm inclined to believe the latter happened because I assume Krupp's DI is usually on point. But hey, B-Rice will take that stock. But then again, we are seeing a situation where Krupp is trying to get these aerial extensions off the side platforms, and they're doing a good job of it. But now you're at the percent where you need to try to close this stock. And there it is. Yep, hey, I called it like I saw it, and boy, does it feel good to be right.
Yeah, just using that extra little bit of mix-up that fast fallers get. You can drop down like a rock and still use your double jump to get under the dissuading defensive hitboxes that B-Rice throws out with those slingshot shots. And he's keeping the pressure coming. all these up airs. Look at this attempted platform pressure, but I like that B-Rice went around the platform that time, not using it to drop through. Keeping those mix-ups alive, keeping the timing change-ups all
nice.
over the place.
No! He didn't think it was gonna hit, Ubu. He didn't. And man, if he didn't go for the forward air, we could be seeing a full stock being taken off of Krupp here, and that's huge. But finally, the F-tilt will do it. But B-Rice is a little worse for wear about it. They are on their last stock potentially of the tournament. They need to play super careful here.
Show me a moves.
Again, we were waiting out, getting solid time. He doesn't want to interact with the gyroid, but he is going to get stuffed out with some of these jumps. It feels like Krupp really wants to end combos in that. He wants to end combos with something big. He wanted to wait for B-Rice to give him something that he wanted, and Sweet Spot down air is a pretty good starter for Falcon, so I've heard. It's like what they really want, that nice stomp into knee. That's what they want.
Yeah, and look, you're going to see it again in glorious high definition courtesy of our replay team. Thanks, guys. And yeah, boink into the doink. We got melee, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. Some real S2J action. It feels like that was meant to be a frame trap, but he hitboxed out a hit stun, but it worked anyway. And as long as it works, it works.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, we're going to take a look at a couple of highlights here. But while we can do that, we get to digest the rest of the evening. Man, it's been a good night. Ubel, thanks for coming in last minute to help us out with our commentary team a little bit. It's been an absolute pleasure having you. And, you know, for personal reasons, it's good to work with you again. It's been too long, and we need to do this more often.
It has been a couple years, hasn't it?
Couple years? Couple months,
no,
dog.
Hey, couple months. Oh, my God. Words. Time feels irrelevant nowadays.
Yeah. After, you know, they do call it the time skip for good reason. Because
sitting in the hyperbolic time chamber, it's been a long time.
Let me look up the last time we commentated together. It was
some nice
Xeno Wi-Fi 64 in June 2nd.
Ow.
Yeah, it was June 2nd. Nearly half a year ago.
That's like 6 months ago. Wow.
Yeah. So, you know, this is your first time commentating for the Arizona scene. What was like your highlight set tonight? Who are some of your favorite players to watch?
I really liked watching Frost, but more specifically, and I mean, we see him get kind of rocked on here. Specifically, Frost's Chrom was, to me, extremely good to watch. Like, I just really liked how he progressed in his flowchart. I liked how he was changing up things from his Reuters Chrom, and I really liked seeing that the Chrom meta still alive. Basically, that was also hilarious. I really thought those barrels were going to mess him up.
I think Krupp did too. Did you see him paralyzed there for a second?
Yeah, just like, please no, Mr. Barrels, like, be nice.
Please, sir, I did my tours this year. I don't deserve the call.
And then get a nice little bit of spaghetti here. I like that full hop, empty hop. It was pretty clean. Of course, Krupp and his relentless edge guarding and like
well,
the feather in his cap with so many of his finishers was super clean. Rensley trying the Ganon. Sometimes it worked. Sometimes it really didn't.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was clean. And he still found a way to lose that match too. Like I can't believe that. Skylar's amazing at this game, but yeah. You know, honestly, I don't get to see Rensley too often. But when I do, Rensley always is one to impress. You know, he and Acetil from the Krupp clan, who you didn't get to see tonight, is really awesome as well. So
see him in chat though. Hi there, bud.
Yeah. He always here to cheer on his brothers. So you know, we love to see it. Acetil's like super aggressive, dude. Like even more so than T3 Dom.
Yeah, Belmonts need to exert their will over you sometimes. Like, they have this range, and what they really want to do is, like, they want to F-tilt you into submission sometimes, and sometimes it works.
Yeah. But, hey, let's talk about some of our events coming up. Let's talk about GCU happening next Saturday on December 4th. We've got a free entry tournament with $300 or more in prizes. You don't want to miss out on this one. Any tournament you don't need to pay for is a good tournament. And this one actually has money on the line. It's insane. So why don't you go on over, sign up at the SmashGG you see on stream, and you can even use the QR code provided in this as well. So yeah, go support GCU. Their team is awesome. They've been helping my collegiate team out a little bit as well with practices and such, and they're great guys. They really want to get better in the game, and they, want some decently seasoned competition to come in. So go help them out. Go support their scene. Go support that tournament. And let's also plug Ascension while we're here. Ascension happening next month. You want to take this one, Ubel?
Yeah, I mean, we'll hit you with what is happening in the coming month, December 18th. December is going to be a month of events, not only of the GCU, but right here with Ascension Christmas Edition with Ultimate Singles and Doubles and a nice White Elephant side event featuring many a player from the Arizona and some of the surrounding regions as well come together for a bevy of a good time. And with that, bring the eggnog and make sure to prepare for that White Elephant, stealing 16 player per White Elephant group, steal some players, challenge each other, and all in all, have a great time by enjoying the amazing company over at SmashGG/Ascension.
Yes, and if you can't make that event for any reason, hey, tune in here. Why don't you drop a follow to the SAK Gaming Twitch, and don't miss out on any of these actions. We got tournaments on Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, as well as a couple other events we're working on, and our regionals, obviously, with that, and all these amazing side events we're working on. So definitely support SAK Gaming a lot. Best production value that I've ever worked for, hands down. These guys are great. They put a lot of effort into the scene. Whatever they get out of it, they put back into it to help you guys. So please support these guys. And I'd like to thank you guys for having us in from the tri-state area. I don't know why my tag says Myron, but
the Myron Zone. It's here. It's always around.
The Myron Zone. Myron, by the way, good dude. Anyway, for Ubel, I'm Laird. You can follow me on my Twitter at LairdUSA. Got some pretty cool stuff to announce in the future. Ubel, you got anything you want to show, brother?
You can just follow me right there at UBLSOUL. I'm a tri-state commentator from the New Jersey region, hoping to make the rounds in there and beyond. And I hope to see many of people here in this chat and in the Arizona scene. If you can come out, come out to some of the bigger events that are happening just this coming month, these coming couple of months, because we got a major right around the corner in Let's Make Big Moves, as well as Collision 2020 happening right over in the New Jersey and New York area. So if you can come out to those, it would be great to see just more multi-region talent try and come up with the best region in the world.
Yeah, best region, baby. Are we going to have Tri-State versus everybody again this year?
I think there is it's something versus Europe, because I know Luto is coming.
Quick Luto are coming. Maybe a couple others too. Okay,
so it's gonna be hype. I think it's like a USA versus world thing instead of a tri-state.
Quick's my coach, so I don't
Quick's
know.
hype.
Yeah, I love
Quick's
Quick.
awesome.
Man. Anyway, we're gonna stop gushing about our region. We love you guys. Thank you for having us on. It's a pleasure every time. I can't stress it enough. You guys make it worth it for me to get out of bed in the morning. So, anyway, that's all I've got for you guys. Thank you for tuning in, party people. Catch you next time.
Have a good night.